The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Babagusta, and our admin, Eisen, as we are here for the second day of Qualifiers of Season 2. That is right, the second half of the first round is going live on your screens right now, and it is going to be Team Heat returning to the qualifiers this season, taking on Espada. A great match coming up on our screens in just a quick moment. But before we do, Baba, how do you do today?
Well, Jack, with the past three matches that we did get to see in the previous, we did see two map of Coastline and one map on Cafe Dostoevsky. Although it wasn't more of like a back-to-back matches. It ended up being it in a 7-1 or a 7-2. So hopefully with this match that we're going to see Team Heat versus Espada, knowing that Team Heat used to be on Division 3, unfortunately they have been eliminated out of the tournament. They are back in the qualifier phase to make sure that they would get back in the fight. Starting out with the ban phase on map Clubhouse, we are going to see a Thatcher and the Montaigne ban. Standard bans, as you might like to call it. The Mountain is the only one which is not standard, of course, because most of the time you do see either a Nomad or maybe a Hard Breacher ban coming in from certain divisions, but banning Montaigne would give some breathing room for the defenders. We do progress to the first defender phase. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. That would be Mira being out of the match. So in the last, maybe we might be able to see a Valkyrie ban or a Maestro ban, because at the end most of the defenders ban you do see is either an Intel operator being banned. So talking about the Intel operator ban, the Vomai won't be in play. Those the Vomai's magnet systems, in which it proves to be quite efficient, as knowing that Vomai has his own deployable shield in which he can be able to defend his shield without even having any problems dealing with the explosives. And with him taking out, they have to think of some other strategies. So talking about the rosters on the side of Team Heat, we have Night Soul, Eagle Eye, Lord Bane, AMST, and Cypher. And on the side of Team Espada, we have Stoneheart, LOL, Kingu, Inshane, and Raiden. And the first round site will be on Basement Church, followed up with the sixth pick coming in from Cypher as he switches from the Zofia to the Maverick.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction into the game, Baba, as we will proceed with round one on Basement Church and Arsenal Room. Coming out from the side of the defense. Espada looking to start out strong, and as the general flow goes on at Clubhouse these days, you start with Basement Church. Kaid has been left in play, mind you, despite the Thatcher ban. That may have been an oversight from the side of Team Heat, who on the defense decided to ban Mira. Completely understandable, mind you. Mira herself is a fairly dangerous operator in Clubhouse, so I kind of understand why Team Heat wanted to get Mira out of the way. But even in that situation, you're leaving Espada with Kaid, who is guaranteed to shut down a push or two should he feel like it. Especially in the hatches area, less so for the walls. Especially we saw the dirt tunnel wall being double Kaided with that one Electro Claw.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse
It's
it.
Kingu using his utility to its best that he can think of, at least. I still don't really completely agree with sealing off, excuse me, the dirt double reinforcement with an Electro Claw, because a Maverick can just make his way through that easily. Although that same argument can be applied to hatches, so I guess Kaid being left in isn't as much of a problem as I initially started out thinking. Of course, we'll find out more about that as we move on with this match, ladies and gentlemen. And Team Heat, they're going to need to bring in that heat that the name implies, because they are back in qualifiers. They got relegated out of Div 3 in the last season, and now they face Espada, a team whose lineup, I have to say, is looking very strong. We've got Stonard, we've got Kingu, we've got Raiden, Shane, and Wall. Players that we've seen across the previous season's qualifiers and divisions, and we know that these players are very strong indeed. Meanwhile, Eagle Eye and Cypher taking a very specific amount of damage. Methinks that they might have gone through a Capcan trap or two, as Stonard is playing the Russian defender. But, of course, that's only a little bit of damage done. The most it'll do is force their push to be a little bit more thought out, a little bit more careful than it otherwise may have been, as Cypher is going to peacefully take care of the motor hatch as quickly as possible. There we go. Not the most efficient use of the blowtorch from Cypher, admittedly speaking. He's still going to get it done, but he's used up more than half of his fuel reserve. So he's going to have to be very careful on any future breaches that he wants to do. Lord Bane's going to be joining in for his team, as Team Heat are going to be coming in through blue from the looks of it. The Ash at the very least, but the barbed wire is going to give away his position to Inshane and Kingu, who are looking to try and find him. But no, Lord Bane's going to start it off and get taken out. And the blue push is coming in. Does Kingu see this? Yes, he does. He's going to take Night and Soul out. And that's a double kill for the Kaid sitting inside of blue. Very well done to shut down that push, as now AMST is about to go for the hard breach on the church wall. Will it be impact trick? No, it will not. Moto and the hallway. That's the area that the side of Team Heat are trying to go through right now. But the way that Espada has reconfigured their defense to capitalize on that momentary lapse that they had earlier seems to be working out. Cypher's the one with the diffuser towards Moto. He's going to have to be very careful, as Stonard will take out the Capcan it will be taken out, excuse me. The Capcan will go down. AMST makes sure of that, but that's one. They need 3 more. Man count has been equalized, but time has not, as Raiden is watching that hard breach push, and Eagle Eye will go down in the meanwhile. It's all down to Amst and Cypher. They need to get in there. They need to get in now. Cypher's going to go through the smoke. Will he get taken out? Not quite yet. He finally will be. Diffuser's been dropped, and time will end. The round ends with Espada taking round 1, as we will see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. A hold to stop all pushes. Team Heat could not find the weak link in this beautiful defensive wall that was put up by Espada. The first round goes to them on Basement Church, and they will go to second floor CCTV and cash room in round 2.
Well, the first round goes to the side of Team Espada. A wonderful hold coming in from the defenders. As we proceed to round 2, CCTV is going to be the site. We will be seeing the same operator spec between the both teams. Well, there we go. The 6 pick comes in from Raiden as he switches from the Goyo to the Bandit, which means that there might be a higher chances of Bandit tricking. Now, I think he needs to remember that the only thing he can do is just place his bandit charges right nearby on the construction or at the CCTV. But we'll see what's going to happen as we ask for a rehost as one of the players. That would be Cypher, as unfortunately disconnected. If he does come back, it would be in a 4v5 situation, knowing the fact that he would be since it is in the prep phase. But we'll see what's going to happen. Some wonderful performances being displayed from LOL and Kingu with the Kaid's AUG and the Smokes' SMG 11 did wonders for them. The only
10 seconds
problem
left.
is, will it happen on round two? Is the biggest question. Now, 4v5 situation for Team
5
Heat, it
seconds
will
left.
be a very difficult position for them to deal with. But looks like Eagle Eye will
Attackers
ask
must
for
locate
the
and
rehost.
defuse the
So with
bomb.
that, rehost will be in place. So we do have to apologize for the inconvenience there, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, the first round, Basement Church goes to the favor of Team Espada on the side of defense. A wonderful plays that we did get to see. The push from Lord Bane did worked out well, eliminating the Jaeger who was playing also very close on the blue room. Did not expect to see Kingu, who immediately starts pushing in, gets the control of the blue room, eliminating both of those pushes coming in, one from the oil pit and one from the blue stairs, giving them the only focus towards the main stairs, in which they did it. They performed it pretty well. They did, however, open up the wall with the use of Hibana's Iscaros pellets. I believe they used one on the kitchen, or maybe they could not because there was a impact trick. So, all in all, a good performance from Team Espada and Team Heat. They need to work out on their pushes. They need to work out on their utility as in the drone wise, so that they'll be able to get those perfect intel, so that they'll be able to counter the defensive strategies.
Absolutely. Team Heat, of course, we have, in terms of, our analysis of this match, we have the advantage of having seen them quite extensively throughout Division 3 in the first season, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why, with a little bit more confidence than I otherwise would have had going into qualifiers, I can say that Team Heat has had this problem before where their droning seems to lack sometimes. Their push, they keep losing bodies early. They're not watching out for each other's flanks, or they just get taken out in really weird or otherwise unfavorable positions. And that is really what contributes to them not winning rounds. They're going to need to work on that as much as possible if they want to win against Espada today, because Espada, we saw them in the last qualifiers, and sure, while they may have had just a bad couple of matches here and there that caused their elimination, they are not a team you want to trifle with, not in the slightest, at least from what we've seen of them so far. Not this match, matches previously that we have seen them in. And speaking of which, this match, of course, isn't the only game that we have for all of our viewers at home. After Team Heat versus Espada concludes, we will go live with Team Area 69, who are also a team coming back from former division status into the qualifiers, versus Exiled Esports. Okay, yeah. I had it spelled wrong here. I had to take a second. Sorry about that. Exiled Esports versus Team Area 69 will be going live after this game. And then Statics Gaming versus... Again, I have that spelled wrong. Panther Esports. Looks like my spelling needs a bit of work after everything. But I digress. Thank you. That was our... I know nobody could hear that on stream. That was our admin over here, being a bit of a smarty pants. But aside from that, Clubhouse as a map, as we all know, we've said it time and time again, is defender-sided. But it is a map that attackers, as of late, have been taking more and more rounds on. So it'll be pretty interesting to see if Team Heat are able to take advantage of this supposedly turning tide. And I say supposedly, of course, because that isn't exactly set in stone yet. Attackers may be taking 1 or 2 rounds here or there, but overall, statistics still show that defenders are winning more rounds on maps like Clubhouse. Clubhouse itself, of course, you have Oregon, you have Theme Park, Villa, many other maps that we will see over the course of qualifiers, but that's a discussion for another time, as right now the match is going live once again. Team Heat versus Espada is coming back on your screens right now, ladies and gentlemen. All the players are back in to the lobby, and round 2 on second floor CCTV will be underway.
Well, with that, CCTV will be the site. First round goes to Team Espada. And with that, when the countdown goes to 0, we will proceed to the loading screen, where we see the defenders start their prep phase, reinforce, places their utilities, and yeah, we'll just wait and see what kind of plans does Team Espada has, since the site will be on CCTV. Now, it is quite interesting for Raiden to be picking as the bandit, although his bandit charges will be able to deal a lot of damage to Maverick, especially when he's using those breaching torch to
Defenders,
make a
protect your
half wall
bombs from
trick
being defused
from
by
the
attackers.
CCTV. But the main reason why there is a bandit being picked is to make sure that even if they do open up the CCTV, they need to make sure that the construction wall is intact, or else the attackers will have good amount of angles to hold in a very long angle, and it will be very difficult for the defenders to win those gunfights. So talking about that, hopefully they'll be able to make sure that those bandit charges will make sure that it would it would give the job for them. Do see Stoneheart, quite an impressive player
10 seconds
on
to
the
go.
terms of both attack and defense. A really impressive gun plays when it comes
5
to
seconds
playing
to
as the
insertion.
nomad. So actually, the operator nomad. I was about to. I do have to apologize. I kind
Got
of
you
said it
located
as
a
the
bomb and
weapon, but
defuse it.
anyways, action phase will be in play. We do see the bandit placing his charges right from the CCTV. So we do see a total of 2 hard breaches, and interestingly, we do see a barricade coming in right from the stock entrance. Well, with that, Inshane will decide to hold the angle from the blue stairs. He does have good amount of angles. He just wait. He'll just wait for that with that perfect moment to go for that run out, so that he'll be able to catch up some of the attackers who are repelling. Lolwan, he's prepped up with his smoke gas canisters. He's just waiting for a proper confirmation. Although it would be wise to not throw those smoke gas canisters right away, because the smoke because it would actually take out due to the bandit charges. So he placed it someplace else, and with that, the Maverick needs to wait for a total of 10 seconds so that he would continue his work opening up the down portion. Amst heading towards the jacuzzi entrance, and just as I was talking about it, the Maverick will be able to take a bit of a damage, but it shouldn't be much more of a problem for him. There you go, the half wall trick is done, and with that, the body drops. Kingu with an impressive kill, eliminating Cypher right
Defenders have located a
from
bomb.
the garage catwalk. An impressive angle which could give them the early kill advantage. We do see Eagle Eye and Night Soul slowly gaining their way towards the construction, as we do see a C4 comes in, eliminating Night Soul. An important kill coming in from Team Espada, as there is a total of 2 teams being eliminated on the side of Team Heat. They need to bring this match back up, hopefully for a recovery, and that recovery will be underway. Eagle Eye eliminating Raiden will be able to get some breathing room and not to worry about those flanking positions, only have to focus on pushing towards the side. Kingu still holding that perfect angle right from the catwalk, almost gets the perfect kill, but he could not able to connect it, which would give a lot of problems for the attackers. Though we do see a flashbang being thrown out, 2 of them, to make sure that there won't be any ADSs. So it will follow up with the sledge's nade. Will be able to take out the deployable shield, I believe, and it will work out, eliminating the mute. Will
Attackers
be able
dropped the
to give,
diffuser.
that is Lord Bane eliminating Stoneheart, and
Attackers
with that
recovered the bomb
SMG-11 he'll
diffuser.
be able to take out AMS. With that, Lord Bane and Eagle Eye, the 2 soft breaches, are in to make a play, and hopefully they could be able to convert it into a 2v3 to a 2v0. And looks like, talking about it, Lord Bane will be able to make that. So the man count is equalized, but King would be there for the instant refrag, eliminating Lord Bane, and it goes down to Eagle Eye. The L8 assault rifle needs to make a play, as LOL switches with the SMG-11, gets almost gets a kill, but King will be there with the AUG to eliminate Eagle Eye. Espada staying strong, winning round 2 on second floor CCTV. As we take a look at an ACT Fibernet instant replay, 2 defender wins on the side of Team Espada, and they will never stop. As we proceed to round 3, second floor gym's going to be the site. And for Team Heat, Lord Ben did actually get the opportunity to eliminate 2 of those players. One, with a good long range angle, he did had the opportunity to eliminate Mute. That was a wall bang right from the CCTV balcony towards the cash room. And then the second, he did get a total of 2 kills, but couldn't he almost make an equalizer for a from a 2v3 into a 2v2, but they couldn't get the proper control of the site. So Team Heat, they are this close of
Defenders, protect your
almost
bombs from being
winning the
defused by
attackers
attackers.
round, but there are always some little mistakes that they need to recover from this round. So hopefully we may be able to see them adapting to situations, knowing that the site is on second floor gym. The attackers have a chance to at least win one round.
Well, we'll find out whether or not Team Heat is able to take an advantage of the fact that Jim, as I believe, recalling from the last qualifiers, was Espada's, not so great of a defensive side. Now, of course, a month has passed since we've last seen this team, so that can easily have changed. But even then, second floor Jim still remains, I believe, the least picked site in all of Clubhouse, disregarding first floor bar, of course. That site just doesn't exist when it comes to competitive Siege. So, the least picked site is now in play, primarily down to the fact that Basement Church and CCTV have been won back-to-back in very, very good fashion by Espada as well. They're looking strong right now, while Team Heat, just like in the divisions, they're making those few mistakes here and there. And at this point, one must think that they are trying to improve. They're trying their best, but something keeps catching them off guard. Just like Baba said, it's a lack of something, and we're not sure exactly what it is. Sometimes it's intel, sometimes it's their coordination that looks off, sometimes it's their execute, or even the fact that they keep getting caught, in unfortunate situations while trying to set up the execution in the first place. Eagle Eyes Drone's gonna get jammed by one of Mute's little Wi-Fi routers placed around in the red stairs area. He's gonna recover his drone manually right now, but can he go and do that as Night Soul's fighting somebody inside a garage? Kingo's gonna go down in the meanwhile as Lord Bane takes a big first kill, a big chunk off of the defensive lineup. Kingu, one of their important anchors, is gone, very unfortunately, and Lord Bane trying to push in towards the strip club hallway side as Cypher is going to be down. No, Eagle Eye is the one who has been downed. Excuse me right there. Inside of CCTV. They're trying to push into cash, but they haven't been able to so far as more shots are being fired. This is Stonehart with the SMG-11 of all things. Trying to find an operator or two. He'll be able to pull back successfully. Almost. Now he's caught on the construction door. Can he make his way out of here alive, or will he be found? He's got many angles to worry about, but he's managed to get close to the construction window. This could be a big kill, and he will get one. Night Soul drops a big one as the Nomad will go down, making it a 4 versus 4 equalizer. A minute remains for Team Heat. They need to get in, they need to make this execute, and they need to make it quick. Lord Bane's trying to find somebody inside of the bathroom. No luck so far, because there's a deployable shield for that smoke. Lol just sitting behind that. Astorna's gonna find one more. Eagle Eye drops. Beautiful shot. And now Raiden is coming around towards CCTV. That's a bit of a flank. Will he find one? Yes, he will. Hibana drops. And that's a refract for the kill AMSC took onto Stoneheart. And Shane will go down, and meanwhile, Lord Bane takes that. He's providing cover. Cypher goes to the plant. It's a triple for Lord Bane. Suddenly, it's all down to the Goyo. And he will fall as well. The triple kill finish for Lord Bane back to back. As the Ash, we'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Taking heads left, right, and center, quite literally, to give Team Heat round 3 on the attack. Second floor Jim goes to them as they have now made their statement and are not looking to back off. Not in the slightest, ladies and gentlemen. It is 2-1, and 1 round stands between this attacking team and an equalizer.
As we proceed to round 4, even with the basement church being unlocked for the defenders, they will decide to pick second for Gem again. Although the flank that which came in from Raiden did work out well, but they did not expect it to see Lord Bane getting a total of 4 kills, and impressive kills that would give Team Heat the upper hand, winning at least 1 round of attack in the first half. So there is a higher chances for them to maybe equalize the round against Team Espada, hopefully making it a 3-3 or a 2-4. It depends on what kind of plays and what kind of sites in which the defenders will be holding on to. Although we do see the double operators, the SAS brothers, as I would like to call it, Stoneheart with the Mute SMG-11 in hand did get a total of 2 kills, giving them the clearance of the construction window as well as the cash entrance, although they did not expect the sheer aggressiveness that came in towards Lord Bane, eliminating the entire team. So hopefully, with that keeping in mind, they need to be worried about Lord Bane's plan of attack, and hopefully they try to eliminate it as soon as possible. Espada won't be able to have any problems to deal with them instead. Action phase will be in play. We do see a lot of utilities being used. One of the mute jammers being placed near the construction wall, and the second would be the Electrocross being placed from the CCTV. Lord Bane will be spawned right from the construction, I believe. Actually, not from the construction. Three of the attackers who we actually did get to see, they are spawned from the warehouse, hopefully to get the control over on CCTV. The other two will be getting control on the jacuzzi with one of their hard breaches opening up the wall. We do see Kingo prepped up with the C4. He doesn't have the proper information just yet. And LOL1, he was actually thinking of going for a reinforce, and he will do exactly that, knowing that it would be difficult to contest against a jacuzzi hold rather than going for a peak to lose a lot of life. It would be better for the attackers just mainly waste their time on opening up the walls. Although using those breaching torches in quick succession is such an impressive one, as Kingo will be using his C4 to no avail. None of the bodies will be dropped just yet. And talking about the drops, the Vulcan shield will be taken off, which would force Right into play in a very difficult situation in the main stairs. We do see Cypher and Night and Soul holding the angles towards each other, one holding the angle from second floor gym, the other on construction window. So they do have to be careful about some of the flanks, but they actually got it covered. A beautiful shot from Raiden, but does not get the connect against Eagle Eye, and he survived for now. And he decided to just change his positioning. Raiden sees the air jab, will be able to eliminate it as best as possible with sheer amount of patience. And Espada, they are performing this very well. For the attackers, they only have 1 minute left. They need to make a play, and looks like Lord Bane will be able to open up his card, eliminating Kingu right from the jacuzzi. He's been performing very dominantly against Team Espada, and hopefully he'll be able to make some important plays. Raiden will get stuck from the air jabs, the second air jabs from the stairs yet again, which would force the Goyo to fall back in a different positioning. 35 seconds left. Lord Bane still prone towards the second floor gym as Amps gets the kill on towards Raiden, making it into a 5v3 situation. Things are not looking well on the side of Team Espada, as the drone works will be able to give information on what kind of plays, what kind of positions that they're playing through, thanks to the aim. And looks like he's going to lose that gunfight. Nomad in Shane with 2 kills, eliminating Night Soul and Lord Bane. He still needs to worry about 4 people. He gets a triple kill, switches from the pistol. He'll actually get a quad. Will he get the ace is the biggest question. Cypher's going for the plant. He will get it. Ladies and gentlemen, in chain with the ace, as Team Espada will win round 4 on second floor gym. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, it was the dying amount of seconds in which Team Espada were in a 3v5 situation, and InShane just performed one of the most greatest clutches that I've ever seen. Round 4 goes to them. As we proceed to round 5, Basement Church will be the site.
Turns out Espada going back to second floor gym worked out wonders, more specifically for InShane. Hats off to the man. Beautifully done ace with that initial double kill on two attackers, especially Lord Bane, from that one door in gym. He was holding behind a Goyo shield of all things and managed to not only get that, but then pulled out the pistol and somehow managed to get Sledge. That one, I believe, is probably the most unbelievable one of the 5 in there, ladies and gentlemen, as he pulled off that beautiful flurry of kills for his team. Team Heat, unfortunately, faltering as soon as the body started to go down. Their entire execution fell apart like a house of cards in the wind. And that is something they're going to need to look into. Their setup was perfect. They got the early bodies. The roamers were cleared. And, of course, Raiden even couldn't make that flank that he tried to do with Goyo in the round previous to the last one. And even then, it didn't work out for Team Heat. That's very unfortunate for them. It's a little bit of a shame, shall we say, but Espada are now 3-1 up. They have denied Team Heat equalizing in the first half of the game as we move towards the mid-game, closer to round 7 roll swap. Cypher, gotta be a little careful, with that blowtorch. Can't get too close to the electrified wall, mind you, as he's just busy making a breach and a line of sight into the dirt tunnel area. There walls been made solid, but he's just gonna power on through with that blowtorch of his. Rotation has been made. That is an entry, excuse me, and the electro clock, excuse me, taken care of. Lord Bane, ADS burn 1, 2. There is no third ADS from the looks of it, so the shield will go bye-bye. But the operator is still present. Eagle Eye in the meanwhile is gonna find one more. Stoneheart has gone down. That is the Capcan once again taken care of. This time a lot earlier. Definitely at a time where Team Heat needs those bodies to drop. Now they'll need to preserve this man count lead that they have going forward into this round and not lose any bodies at all. Grenade goes up from Cypher. Not going to find it, mind you, as the Melusi's Banshee has been spotted using the ping system. And the smoke still holding strong. He's got the shotgun, and in close quarters, this could work out in his favor so long as he does not make a uncalled for move. Gas grenade goes out, but no, Lord Bane's gonna push through it all, taking so much damage. He gets eliminated as well, and Kingu will actually come in and finish off the kill, even though the smoke was the one that did all of that damage. It was down to the fact that the Banshee still hadn't been taken care of, that he couldn't get away in time. But with Lord Bane taken care of, how will Team Heat respond to this? Because as soon as Lord Bane drops, more often than not, Team Heat's execute looks a lot more shaky than it should in any situation. Amos is going for the plant. He's got Cypher for cover on dirt, making sure that blue push is not possible, and looks like it will in fact be a post plant, but Inshane's going to find Eagle Eye in the meanwhile. Night Soul finds Inshane for the reflag, and it's all down to Kingu and Raiden, the last two standing. Raiden's going for a flank. Kingu's trying to push up. He's got to watch dirt, and he's got to watch boxes, but he won't, and he will go down, leaving it all down to Raiden in a 1v3 post plant. Can he find the kitchen flank hold? No, he can't. There's the air jab, and there's Nomad herself. Night Soul finishes it off for the side of the attack, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Round 5 goes to Team Heat. And just like I said, is those little things that they needed to work on, their intel gathering, their utility clearance, and their execute post setup. They did it all in the best fashion that they could, and they took Basement Church, a very hard site to take otherwise, especially against Espada. But now we're moving to second floor CCTV for round 6, the last round before roll swap.
Well, CCTV will be the side for Team Espada, as this will be their last round for their first half on defense. So they need to make those wins count. We do see a 6-pick coming in yet again from Raiden as he switches from the Bandit to the Goyo. Those Vulcan shields prove to be quite determined when it comes to pushing away. It kind of works as a smokes gas canister. The only difference is that both the attackers and the diffusers have the opportunity to just detonate it with just one single bullet. With that, Insane, the man of the hour, who performed wonders for their team, winning round 5 second floor gem with a beautiful ace. Will we be able to see him perform his miraculous attempt yet again on round 6, making it at least into a 4-2 rather than making it from 3-3. Now, talking about Lord Bane, he's also performing extremely well, getting those important kills, especially from the tunnel. Even with the Melusi's Banshee deterrence was present, even with the smoke gas canisters were present, he made sure that the smoke shotgun won't be available, and he did exactly that. Although the Kingu was there to retaliate back, eliminating the Ash, they still had to focus on the Maverick, in which he was crushing them a lot, which would give Team Heat another win on attack. Now with that, round 6 will be in play. We do see a late reinforcement coming in from the defenders, and it is too late for them, as Cypher will be the soft breacher, Ash, will be able to use his breaching charges to open up the wall at the right time. With that, the defenders have opened up the CCTV as well as the cache room to give a good amount of lines of access without even needing any hard breaches. Now, not quite sure what exactly happened on the side of Team Espada. Most of the time you do see a reinforcement being placed and not using those reinforcements, which would give a lot of plans of attack, especially for the attackers, since knowing that there's a total of 3 Excaros pellets being present, a total of 6 gas canisters present from the Maverick. He could, however, open up the construction wall from the construction wall to give them access. And whoa, what just happened? Was that a one tap from Lord Bane, eliminating Kingu right from the garage catwalk? An amazing display of kills performed on the side of Team Heat, as they will almost get the control on Garage, but Inshane is here to recover it back up. The Dronox will be able to detect if there will be a retaliation, and looks like Inshane will be able to recover that control of Garage, making sure that the push doesn't happen so that the defenders should only worry about the push on CCTV. A lot of patience being determined from the defenders, but it's not going to happen for so long. Goyo is going to go down from Night Soul. An impressive push right from the logistics, and Eagle Eye does the same, eliminating Stoneheart, making it a 2v5 situation yet again, and Espada in a very difficult situation here. Well, make that a 5v1. 5v1 as Eagle Eye gets the double kill, which leads to Inshane yet again left in a 1v5 situation. Push comes in and Lord Bane doesn't hesitate, eliminating Inshane. A flawless round coming in from Team Heat, winning round 6 on second floor CCTV, making it 3-3 as we proceed to round 7 role swap, where Team Heat will be the one defending and Espada on attack.
Very well done to Team Heat in these last 2 rounds. Basement Church and CCTV turned completely on their heads for the attacking team, who are now on the defense, of course, and Team Heat are looking stronger and stronger as we go along with this game. As is to be expected from a team that played in Division 3, they know how to make amends for their weaknesses, how to make changes as and when required, and they have done exactly that. Not only have they taken 3 rounds on attack on a defender-sided map, they have also made it such that they have a very good set momentum going into the role swap situation as well. Looks like we've been hit with the standard clubhouse audio, I guess you can call it an audio issue, which is where we don't get any reinforcement sounds, but we get some reinforcement sounds. We get gadget placement sounds, and we don't get gadget placement sounds. It's a weird thing, but even then, it happens, and it goes away usually by the end of the prep phase, ladies and gentlemen. This is a thing that's been here. If, you know, some of the OG watchers of the league, I don't know if I don't know how many of them, how many people right now count as OG watchers of the league back in Season 1, because a lot of people used to watch back then, still do. But point is, a lot of people who've been watching Clubhouse for a while now will remember this little thing that happens when it comes to Basement Church. But I'm surprised we haven't seen it in a while, and now suddenly it comes back to haunt us a little bit, haunt our auditory senses. Anyway, jokes aside, terrible jokes aside, round 7 will be underway, and action phase, of course, is already begun. Espada, having lost the momentum and the round lead for that matter, are going to be looking to make amends for those mistakes on the attack. They're going to switch it up, mind you, given the fact that we have Eagle Eye and Cypher, I believe, up on second floor. They've got a little bit of an extended roam right here, as rotations are being made, utilities are being placed just to make sure that the attackers have a hard time flushing them out of this second floor defense. Cypher trying to contest an Ash with an SMG-11. Not the most advisable thing in the world, but knowing him, he could get that kill and walk away with it as he's been droned out. Flashbangs might come in towards him any second now. Doesn't look like it. Cypher's going to make a successful rotate back in towards battle instead. Lord Bane on lounge, meanwhile trying to find anybody on the first floor, trying to go for a hatch breach, trying to go for some roam clears from first to second floor. No bodies are being traded. Summer breaches are going off. That's probably towards dirt in the meanwhile. But bullets are the only thing being traded so far, as a couple downs come in. Stoneheart and Kingo are going to be down, and a C4 comes out to confirm onto 1. Eagle Eye takes a beautiful first kill. He's going to miss a lot of shots, unfortunately, and so will the Zofia, as he's going to be forced to rotate back. Not sure what happened there between Raid and Eagle Eye, but like has been happening between these two teams so far, lots of bullets, no bodies, at least in that encounter. Stoneheart has been picked back up. In the meanwhile, he's back up to 20 HP. Raiden himself is pretty low on his health pool as well, leaving Inshane and Lowell, you know, on 100 health, probably going to be the main pushers of Sight. But that's if they get to push Sight in the first place. They still have to clear out a couple of roamers right here. There's the Vigil on second floor. CCTV finds 1, and Cypher's going to start off with another one. And there's a couple of bodies being dropped. Inshane finds Cypher while The Ash will drop. There goes the refrag from Eagle Eye onto Insane as Team Heat are continuing to take rounds. We'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. None of the action in that round happened anywhere remotely close to site. It was all towards first and second floor, even a little bit down the main stairs. But it didn't matter. Team Heat have now taken the lead going into round 8. They are 4-3 up on the round count, and they have successfully turned things around.
Well, with them being in the lead, they have to make sure that they keep their momentum. Round 8, second floor CCTV will be the side. We do see S6 pick coming in from Amst as it switches from the Alibi to the Kaid. Now, the side being on CCTV, it's quite probably used for his electro claws from the CCTV walls and the construction
Defenders,
wall,
protect your bombs
so that
and
the
defuse by
attackers would have a
attack.
lot of problems dealing with it. So most of the time, from both the defending mechanisms that we do get to see from Heat and Espada, most of them, both of them, have a denial utility, so that the attackers will take a lot of time dealing with that situation. Although on round 6, when Team Espada were on defense, they kind of forget to reinforce the CCTV, which actually gives the attacker an opportunity to drone out thoroughly and force the defenders to be in a very uncomfortable position in which they had a lot of difficulties winning gunfights. With that, Lord Bane, we didn't see him making some plays on the side of defense. It was more of Eagle Eye and Night Soul
Attackers are
making
moving out to
plays
locate
on
a
the side
bomb
of
and defuse
defense.
it.
It's a good combination of both the attackers and defenders performing well on from Team Heat, but we'll see how it's going to turn the tide for the defenders as we proceed to action phase. 4-3 is the score line. We do see in Shane with the Ash. A total of 5 attackers have spawned through the construction, in which their mainly focus is to open up the CCTV wall. We do see the sledges breaching charges to make sure that they would take out all of those soft breaches, so that the Mavericks shouldn't have any problem opening up the reinforced wall. Now, they do need to be careful with the C4s coming in from the defenders, especially the Valkyrie or the Mute, so that they shouldn't so that he shouldn't get destroyed when making an incomplete version of the half wall trick. Cypher with the SMG-11 yet again holding the angle. You do see Sledge and Raiden both holding the angle to make sure that the Maverick would complete his work. There you go. The job's been successfully completed, and Stoneheart will proceed to use his drone to give much more information to his teammates. Although there is a mute jammer nearby, which would not give them much more of an information on what kind of positionings that the defenders is going to be in. So they have to be prepared for the push, and they have a lot of time. Although we don't see any focus towards in getting the control on garage, and neither on the side of logistics office, actually, from the cash room, as I was talking about it. And looks like the Zofia will do the work. Even the attack has started to drone out the
Bomb
entire
located
side
by
of the second
attackers.
floor gym and bedroom, making sure that there isn't any rumor's presence being detected, so that they can proceed to open up the construction wall. We do hear one of the C4s being detonated, not quite sure where, but won't be able to get any man count or eliminations from Espada. Well, with Kingu using his breaching hammers to make a passageway right from the logistics office towards the construction. Need to be careful on Night Soul. We do see Ace using the Salma breach to open up the walls on construction, and just as I was worried about it, the prefaz will come in, almost gets the shot on towards the Melusi, but for now the execution phase is nearly in, and the first frag would come in Shane eliminating Eagle Eye. That would be the first frag for them. Make that 2 as Kingu eliminates Night Soul, but he was there to eliminate LOL, making it a good refrag on the side of Team Heat. 30 seconds left. The flanks is being watched from Raiden, and in Shane, he really has a lot of problems dealing with the players, and looks like Lord Bane is going to make him a favor, eliminating in Shane and Stoneheart, and gets a double kill, making it a 3v2 situation. Lord Bane is making some important plays for their team to make sure that they would stay in this game. Will it happen, or will they steal the match? And Cypher with an incredible use of SMG-11 with the help of his shotgun to make a angle way through the floor to eliminate the entire team of Espada, as they will win round 8 second for CCTV. Round 9 will be in play. Team Heat is strong in the lead, and they need 2 more wins to secure their win against Espada. Looks like on the defense side, Espada's performance was obsolete, but when it comes to on the attack side, they have a lot of problems. Yes, they do, however, open up the walls in a quick succession, giving them at least around a 1 minute 40 seconds or 1 minute 50 seconds. They even droned it out, knowing that there isn't any Romu's presence being detected. But when the execution phase came in, even with a total of 2 kills, they could not handle Lord Bane's style of attack. With that, round 9, second for CCTV, Espada in
Attackers need to
big
locate
trouble,
and
and
defuse as
Heat
many
is
bombs as
strong
they
in
can.
the lead.
From 1-3 down to 5-3 up, Team Heat are turning things around very, very well. They've done well on the defense. Like I said, momentum matters when it comes to Clubhouse, and like Baba pointed out, they are looking very strong right now. Team Heat. Espada's attack has had, more than its fair share of problems, and who knows that they might not be able to proceed to the next round of qualifiers if they keep this up, ladies and gentlemen. The stakes are high indeed, especially if you want to get into Division 3, because Espada, they came close in the last season's qualifiers, but this time they stand a chance of getting eliminated, you know? And you don't want that. You do not at all. You want to make sure that you get as many chances as possible. There are quite a few when it comes to the qualifiers, but you don't want to squander any of them, as who knows, before you know it, a losing streak might ensue. And sooner than later, you'll find yourself waiting for Season 3 qualifiers. That's a long ways away, of course, and that is a very hypothetical situation that I was just talking about, as Raiden has made his way in towards second floor CCTV. The breach is going off. The summer breach right next to him is going to use what seems to have been a defender-made rotate against them, while Amps is going to take some damage from an impact grenade, finding that shield, and a beautiful headshot on the Night Soul. He's going to start things off as Lord Bane's taking some damage, but he's still going to find Kingu. There's 2 operators towards the red stairs area, as Lord Bane is going to have to move out of there. Amps, the one with the higher health pool, is the one taking this gunfight. Will he be spotted? Rotating into Cash. Not quite yet. Stonard's trying to make a line of sight in there, but Amps is going to find Raiden. That's a big drop for the Alibi and for Espada. They did not need this, as Summer Breachers are going to go off on the Cash wall. But is it too late? The 2 Heart Breachers, Ace and Maverick, towards Cash, and Inshane towards Construction Window. Amps is going to find another one. Double kill for him as Loal goes down. It's now 4v2. Make that a 3v2. There's the reflect coming in, but there's Cyber to find Inshane in the meanwhile. That's a big drop, and Stonehut is the last man standing. Their last hope in this round, and he will go down to the pre-fire from Lord Bane. We'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. You could hear the Jaeger firing away in all glory with that beautiful Black Ice 416 carbine. As around 9 second floor Jim once again goes the way of Team Heat. The action didn't even come close to sight. The closest it got was Construction, and it didn't move anywhere closer from there. Beautifully done from Team Heat. Their offside defense has been great so far, and they are now on match point, ladies and gentlemen. 6-3 up, as they are now just 1 round away from winning this match.
Well, in the first half, we did get to see an equalizer coming in from both the teams, and second half, it speaks to itself. For Team Heat getting back up the lead, winning a total of 3 defending rounds in a row, they will be on match point. The site will be on Basement Church. We do see a Maestro pick from Amst, and Team Heat, they are making sure that they would get back in the fight as best as possible, and they're going to make sure that they would give a statement saying that they will be back. Will it happen? Or will we see Espada making some unusual plays, especially in Shane with an impressive defending hold? He can be able to bring this match to a comeback. All Espada needs to do is to win a total of 3 rounds on attack, maybe on a side of Basement. Actually, for the past 3 rounds on the side of Team Heat's defense, they haven't lost a single defending rounds. So I'm not quite sure that if the attackers have a chance of winning at least 1 or 2 rounds, unless and until if they do eliminate the roamers on the side of Team Heat, maybe they will be able to see some. Action phase will be in play. We do see Inshane right from the west spawn, I believe. Yeah, from the west spawn. You'll be rappelling in, making a just getting the control from the bar, making sure that there won't be any Romus presence, especially where Eagle Eye is currently been playing on. We do see the Maestro trying to make a vault, a parkour, so that he'll be able to place his Eagle Eye. There you go. His vault is in. The Evil Eye cam will be placed. It would give good amount of information. So with that, a lot of time being taken from, I mean, the attackers are just taking their sweet time. You see Stoneheart using his breaching charge to eliminate one, and oh, what a beautiful shot from Raiden, eliminating Lord Bane. Just as I was talking about it, if Espada eliminates those important team players on the side of Team Heat, maybe they'll be able to make this a wonderful comeback. Now, since they did eliminate Lord Bane, they do have to worry about Eagle Eye. That would be their second target, and also getting the control on the tunnel would be a biggest challenge for them, knowing the fact that there is the deployable shield. He has to throw at least a total of 3 flashbangs to exhaust the ADS, followed up with the breaching charges to eliminate, and Night and Soul decides to get in a gunfight against the person who is apparently making an angle towards the kitchen. That would be Kingu, but with him taking quite a lot of damage, and Ace using a total of 2 Selma breaches to open up the hatch, they now have control on kitchen. Team Espada, they are thinking this methodically. They want to make sure that they would get this win as best as possible, and make sure that Team Heat won't be able to exploit the weakness, just like they were doing for the past 3 rounds. With that information, they will be able to ping where exactly that deployable shield is, so their main focus would be to eliminate it. Flashbangs will be there to at least try to exhaust it, followed up with the deployable shield. Well, a total of 3 is present, which would force Cypher to fall back near the tunnel. So with that, a lot of time being wasted, and a lot of time taking to eliminate the deployable shield. Stoneheart using a total of 2 frag grenades to give them at least some access towards that particular place, but Night Soul will be able to take care of that situation, eliminating Raiden. With Stoneheart eliminating Night Soul will be able to get that free frag. The Alda will be able to make the play, not being able to see Cypher's shotgun will be able to eliminate Kingu, making it a 3v2 situation. Insane and LOL needs to make a play, and they are in a clutchable 2v3 situation. The only problem is the time, and make that no time, as the Alda will be there to eliminate Shane instantly. With that, LOL, who is apparently in the main stairs, needs to make a play. We do see a lot of prefast coming in, and Eagle Eye won't even hesitate to eliminate the entire team of Espada. Wonderful plays coming in on Team Heat. And with that, they would secure the win. Total of 15 kills from Lord Bane. An impressive performance on both the attack as well as on defense. And a wonderful ace that we did get to see from Team Espada. But unfortunately, they will be yet again eliminated from the Phase 1. Congratulations for Team Heat. They will be progressing, and hopefully they'll be able to get in the Division 3 spots as best as possible. What a match that we get to witness there, Jack.
Absolutely an amazing game between both sides, especially for Team Heat, because in the early rounds, they had a lot of problems, a lot of issues that they needed to fix. Their droning needed work. Their coordination was all over the place. Their attacks were stretched too far thin, and their setup and execute were kept getting blown over by beautifully aggressive defensive hold and push of Espada. But as soon as they caught wind of exactly what Espada was trying to do, they not only came back, they came back hard, ladies and gentlemen. 6 straight rounds for Team Heat. No less than 6, and no more, of course, because you literally cannot win any more than that. But 6 straight rounds for Team Heat to win this match, going from a 1-3 down to a 7-3 victory. Clubhouse has been secured, as we will go into Reel at the moment to talk about some of the highlights of this match that we have had tonight. As we'll see right here on your screens, the early game was one full of trepidation and apprehension, for Team Heat, as their attacks kept getting completely torn through. At least not in round 1, though. Round 1 was a lot closer than it looked. It was down to time and their management of it that really hurt them. Round 2 as well, it was down to the fact that they kept losing bodies, and then you had Lord Bane trying his hardest on the other side. Unfortunately, he could not get enough for his team, leaving it all down to Eagle Eye, caught in construction. There was only so much the man could do against two defenders, looking directly in his region. Round 3, on the other hand, Team Heat did well to take second floor gym, especially getting in there, even though they had a man disadvantage. And this flank from Raiden really seemed to secure the round, but then you had Lord Bane going off on the other side, finding one, providing cover as Cypher went for the plant, and then finding the Goyo next to his own shield inside a construction. Beautifully done for the side of Team Heat. However, then you turn around to the next round itself, round 4. Espada seeing Insane completely pop off, playing the corner door of bedroom, finding one of the window, and this kill, I mean, I have no idea how he got away with that, ladies and gentlemen, but he did, and he managed to deny the plant right at the end as well, giving his team what seemed like a fairly good, solid lead. That is what we were saying when we went into round 5, only to be proved oh so amazingly wrong. Wouldn't you agree, Baba?
And absolutely, Jack. We did see Espada performing well on defense, and then Team Heat just suddenly took things under control on the second half when they were on defense. Quite an unfortunate twist and turns coming in from them, especially this was round 7, where Team Espada did not, however, get to see those rotations coming, especially Lord Bane deciding to pick as the Vigil, did get a total of 2 to 3 kills, and Eagle Eye, they were on the spot when it comes to the roaming mechanics. And then round 8, we did see the Zofia eliminating at least 2 or 3 players, but unfortunately couldn't handle the aggression that Lord Bane was trying to give them. 2 kills for Lord Bane, and also an impressive angle holdings, and also as well as making sure that they won't have control on the side as best as possible. Although Espada, most of the time where we do see them eliminating 2 of those players when they were on attack, they would always at least eliminate those roamers. But most of the time, especially when there is an execution on the side, even with them successfully opening up the walls of the CCTV or a particular place that you do want to open with, when it comes to the execution phase, most of the time they would lose on some certain gunfights, and then next thing you know, Lord Bane just immediately recovers that round. And yeah, this was the match point where Team Heat had to hold on Basement Church, and they did not have any problem. In Shane, he was trying to eliminate the Melushi's Banshee deterrent, even thinking even having no breaching charges, he was forced to just use a melee to eliminate it. But unfortunately with that pre-fire he couldn't able to, and then the final kill came in from Eagle Eye and Lord Bane eliminating it. So what a good performance being displayed from both the teams. And Espada, a wonderful ace from Insane. We did not expect to see that happening, ladies and gentlemen. 3v5 in a total of 30-second time. They almost have the control on the side. Next thing you know, Insane makes an unbelievable play, and getting a pistol kill, in fact eliminating the sledge, did give them the win. But unfortunately they will be eliminated, so hopefully we might be able to see Team Espada in the next season. But for now, congratulations to Team Heat. They will be progressing their brackets, so hopefully we will be able to see these particular teams performing well in the next future generations.
Well, we'll find out whether or not Team Heat will make their way back into the divisions over the course of this week, ladies and gentlemen, as it is assuredly going to be a very, very fun week of Siege coming ahead, as we will be taking a quick break and coming back with the second match of the night. Team Area 69 taking on Exiled Esports on the map of Clubhouse, as well as is to be expected, and we'll be right back with that in just a quick moment. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies. Welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I am your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusta, and our admin, Eisen, as we are here for the second match of the night, and it is Team Area 69 taking on Exiled Esports, a team that we have seen quite a bit in the previous league and in the previous qualifiers. That is, of course, Team Area 69, who I'm talking about. They are back. They could not get into the divisions in the last qualifiers that we had, unfortunately, but they are back once again to give it their all. Give it a good old shot, as they say, to try and get into Division 3. Exiled Esports, in the meanwhile, they are a little bit more new to the whole league thing, ladies and gentlemen. Who knows? They might be able to cause a major upset right now if Team Area 69 are not up to the task. We will find out, of course, as we go into this match, which is once again on a clubhouse. I should probably remind everybody that it is qualifiers, so expect a lot of clubhouse, like a lot. Probably 3 whole days of clubhouse. Who knows? We might end up with that kind of a situation. We are no strangers to clubhouse, of course, as the meme goes, but that is a discussion for another day. Maverick has been banned already, as Nomad will be the second operator banned on this map. No surprises per se, the Maverick ban that is, but Nomad, not as common of a ban as Thatcher when it comes to clubhouse, but again, not too surprising when map control and shutting down flank routes is made so much easier with her gadget, the air jab, and the rather large radius that it can completely close off for defenders. Malusi will face a ban on the other side. That is Area 69's final ban taken care of. And again, not too surprising considering Malusi herself is a pretty hard to go up against operator. We saw plenty of examples of that in the previous game between Espada and Team Heat, but of course that match has come to an end, and Mira will be banned to signify the end of the ban phase, ladies and gentlemen. Maverick, Nomad, Malusi, and Mira have been banned here on Clubhouse, which means round 1 is about to go underway. As let's have a quick look at both of the rosters here in the lobby for ourselves today. From the side of Area 69, we've got Aussie, Kawaii. Okay, I had to take a second there. Kawaii Waifu, Schizo, Stone, and Ivis. And from the side of Exiled Esports, we've got Noble, Saiyajin, Dank, Sabrosa, and Addition. We've got a 6-pick coming out from Dank as well, out of the Frost into the Valkyrie, and one from Schizo out of the Sledge into the Ash. Basement Church and Arsenal Room is going to be the side of choice as round 1 is underway.
Well, with that, we do see the defenders of Exiled Esports picking the side of Basement Church. We do see a 6-pick coming in, where we did see them switching from the Frost to the Legion. Now we do see a total of 3 roamers. You have the Alibi, the Alibi with her MX4 Storm with her the holograms to confuse the attackers. We have the Valkyrie with her cams, and also the Mozzie with the pest control to make sure that the attackers will probably have a lot of problems dealing with the drone economy. And looks like Sabrosa has already caught at least 1 or 2. No, unfortunately, apparently he did not. He just placed his ability to just place it, but that's more of like that. Action phase will be in play. So with that, we'll see what is going to happen here. On the side of the attackers, I believe most probably 2 or 3 of them will try to enter in towards the construction site, open up the tunnel's entrance so that they could get access to the site as best as possible. Now keep that in mind that there isn't a smoke with the deployable shield being in play. Area 69 has no problem getting the control on tunnel unless and until there might be a player who's holding down that specific angle without the use of any deployable shields or the ADS. We do see one of the Ash charges being opened up. Not quite sure where, but they will be able to take out one of the Mozzie's pest drones, which was caught from one of the attackers. We do see Noble using the bailiff shotgun to make holes right from the church, but for a For a moment, we might be able to see a gunfight brewing in as Shiso starts to push up at the blue stairs. Be able to seize the head of the Mozzie, but will be able to take a lot of damage in return. So Broza with the Commando 9 thinking of doing a very aggressive play. It looks like Shiso is going to go down unexpectedly. What exactly happened there? Not quite sure what happened, but Sabroza with an important kill is going to eliminate Kawaii. The ace won't be available, but Shizo will be picked back up with a stone opening up the hatches of the stock. Will be able to provide some angles which would force the Mozzie to fall back in a different position. Now there is still Addition playing also very close and Sabrosa holding that specific hatch, but Shizo dropping in from the oil pit will be able to provide some point of contact, but with that Barba will be able to determine what's going to happen here. Surprise eliminating one. She's on the other hand eliminating Addition, giving them the control. A lot of gunshots being exchanged, a lot of bodies being dropped as Saiyajin will be there to eliminate the player, which makes it in a 2v3 situation. Oxy and Ivy need to figure this one out. The IQ with the RED scanners and the Zofia with a total of 2 impact needs in hand. If she gets good amount of information on where exactly the positioning is, maybe he'll be able to do something about it. Concussive nades is empty. He will use the thunder to hopefully eliminate one right at the face of Subroza as he decides to just push down in and gets the kill. Subroza goes down, gets the control of the blue, and a pre-fire from Ivy as he gets the double kill, eliminating Noble Saiyajin. He's all that he's got, eliminating one, but Ivy is here to save the day. Area 69 winning round 1 on Basement Church. As we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, the attackers had a lot of problems in the first round, but Ivy did manage to recover it out, making it a 2v3 into a 1v0. An impressive 3k that we did get to see. Area 69 who were in a difficult position, but Exiled, I do have to appreciate a lot of plays coming in from Exiled Esports, especially Sage with the T5 SMG 1.5x magnification scope holding in the Basement Church. He did all he could, eliminating at least a total of 2 to 3 players, and also the Mozzie Subroza, who was playing quite in an unusual spot. He did, however, eliminated the ace, who was holding the angle right from the blue, and then the second right from the hatch drop, where he did get to see the Hibana dropping down. Although the Ash was there trying to push in, try to get. Actually, it was the Zofia, I believe, trying to push in from the oil pit, eliminating those guys. Actually, yeah, eliminating them, and he was there to get the round. One attack rounds on the side of Team Area 69, and round 2, maybe we might be able to see Exiled Esports deciding to pick a CCTV site, or maybe they'll just decide to go back from the Basement Church instead. Now, talking about the ban phase. Maverick and Nomad being banned. Maverick is considered to be the highly picked operators when it comes to opening the walls on any map. On map like Clubhouse, on a map like Oregon, Maverick has been heavily picked. So the reason why they use it is because they don't want to take a lot of time just to eliminate the electro claws of Kaids or bandit charges from the bandit. So the only thing that they could do is just use the half wall trick to open up lines of sight without having the help of using any of the particular attackers who tries to hunt down any of the utilities being placed from the defenders. That is how powerful Maverick is, and with him being banned, the attackers are forced to use at least an IQ or a Zofia to figure out some other ways to open up the wall. So we do have to apologize for this rehost that we do have to take from the first round, but what a round that we do get to see, isn't that right, Jack?
Absolutely. Area 69, reminiscent of what we used to see from them back in the previous league, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost characteristic to say that their early round needs work. I had said it so many times in that previous league, I'd lost count, but I am kind of happy to see that, sure, while their early round still is a little shaky here and there, it is a lot better than what we saw in the previous qualifiers, ladies and gentlemen. Mind you, either team that loses right here this match will get eliminated, effectively speaking, getting first rounded, and you want to avoid that at all costs, especially when going, with a chance of going into divisions back to where you were in a previous iteration of the same tournament. That is, of course, what Area 69 holds at stake right now with this potential for getting eliminated. Again, it's very important that they don't, for their own sake, because getting first rounded out of a tournament that you were well-established division team in, not exactly a great look, shall we say. XL Esports, on the other hand, they're going to be looking to make some waves right here by getting in and getting into Division 3. They have been trying, more specifically, I remember names of Edition, Noble, and Saiyajin in various different teams across the various different qualifiers that we have had. And Sabrosa and Dank joining up with them, making up Exiled Esports. Who knows? Maybe this is the combination they need of players and of plays to get themselves finally into the division stages, ladies and gentlemen. We will, of course, find out as the qualifiers continue. Again, a beautiful week of Rainbow Six, topped off with the new season reveal on Sunday night, which should promise to be a very good way to end a beautiful week of Rainbow Six Siege. Again, that is still a ways away at the end of the week at Sunday night. It's a whole bunch of ifs and buts in between, as we are just waiting on the players to join in. The Rios had to be taken because of some Moss-related issues that Area 69 were facing. Hopefully the admins on the back end will be able to take care of that as soon as possible, so that we can resume with the Siege action coming to your screens in a short while. Of course, this isn't the only other match that we have. This is, of course, the second one. And I say second and not last because there is a third game right after this one, which is Statics Gaming versus Panther Esports. I believe I'm saying that right. And it's a match that a lot of our viewers, and us included, are looking forward to for reasons that, of course, will be talked about when we are at the junction of that game and as round one of qualifiers slowly comes to a close. Of course, there are many offline games happening, the results of which will go out over the course of the week, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll find out with more and more matches on stream exactly who's going forward and who is getting eliminated. After all, there's only so many spots that are up for grabs, and there's so many teams that are in play. A lot of them will unfortunately have to sit out yet another season. It just is that way. Unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles, as game 2 will come back in a short, hopefully very brief moment, as Area 69, good strong start, especially their late game, looks good, holding on to what otherwise could have been a very unfortunate first round start against Exiled Esports. Again, Clubhouse, we've said it time and time again, what you want to do if you are attacking first is take as many rounds as possible. Equalizer is great because Clubhouse is a defender-sided map. Again, I say that having just witnessed an attacker team just completely turn around a man disadvantage into an advantage and then a victory. Again, speaking off of statistics, Clubhouse is still a defender-sided map, and Area 69 did well to take that first round. Equalized 3-3 going into round 7 should be a bare minimum of what you're looking at against Exiled Esports, and any more rounds than that, 4-2, absolutely amazing, 5-1, brilliant, and 6-0, while improbable, not impossible, knowing Area 69. Again, they are a former division stages team. They did well in divisions of the last league. It's just unfortunate that they could not get back into the thick of it in the last season. Who knows? Maybe season 2 is their season, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe they are the surprises of this upcoming season. We will find out as the week progresses, as these storylines naturally mature, and it's just amazing to see teams like these play, get their bearings, get their wins, and move forward as the candle burns. Is that the right saying? I think that's the right saying.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the right saying, Baba?
I mean, maybe. I mean, that's technically how the candle burns, right? I mean, you use a matchstick to, create fire, and then the candle is there to make sure that the fire stays in. Although it is quite, flammable, and you need to take care of the fire as best as possible. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Jack.
Yes. Well, sometimes, tend to forget these things. But anyway, hopefully the admins are taking care of the issues surrounding the moss, shall we say. So, looks like it will in fact be an admin rehost that was taken. Neither team... Oh, wait. Apparently, that's not confirmed yet, according to our host over here. Again, of course, we're just saying what the admins are telling us as we get the news. We get the news as quickly as any others do, ladies and gentlemen. The players and the casters over here waiting on all of our beautiful admins in the back. And shout out to them for all the work they do, especially in qualifiers. It's a hectic week, qualifiers week, ladies and gentlemen. As anyone who has admin the tournament with big qualifiers will know that managing this many teams, oh, it's a doozy. Anyway, we've just got one last player to go from Team Area 69 as they are getting back in slowly but surely. Apparently, the Moss issue has been resolved, and that will mean that a fair, nice game of Siege will recommence, shall we say, going back into Clubhouse, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, well, just we did get a confirmation from Eisen that it was not an admin rehost. So I guess it will be on the side of Area 69 who will go for the rehost. Yeah, but talking about the match, we did see a total of two matches of Coastline, one match of Cafe in the previous in the previous day, and today, there's a higher possibility where it might go for just clubhouse all the way. So talking about the next division 1 division 2 match that we're going to witness, division 1 Union Gaming still on top, first place. And the wonderful thing that I do want to talk about is, since Mercenaries, ESM, and VPG, I believe, actually VPG is on division 3, Mercenaries and ESM, since they have been they've been promoted to division 1, we are more likely to be able to see some rivalries coming in from both the teams, because Mercenaries, they've been to a rough start in season 1. They were supposed to be on division 1, but due to some major problems, they did unfortunately lose against Tiana and Valiance, I believe, which led them to be on division 2. But now they are in division 1, and most probably they are here for revenge, to make sure that they would win against them. So with that, with that keeping in mind, in a different conversation, the teams are here, the ready confirmation is in, and we will be back to round 2 of Team Area 69 versus Exiled Esports, a map Clubhouse. The attackers will be able to win one round as we proceed to the second round, where Exiled Esports may have to think their decision on either picking on Basement Church or second floor CCTV.
Absolutely. Second floor CCTV may be the set of choice, or it could be going back to Basement Church, ladies and gentlemen. Just like we have said before, of course, the side of Exiled Esports had a pretty good start to their first round. Admittedly, it was their late round where Area 69, who have excelled in that stage before, did it yet again. And looks like we are, in fact, going back to Basement Church and Arsenal Room from the side of the defense, with a couple of 6 picks in tow. One out of the Kaid into the Valkyrie from Dank, and one out of the Ash into the Amaru from Schizo. Aussie is already bringing in the IQ, mind you. So that's, that is, in fact, two G8A1 LMGs coming out from Area 69. They are sparing no expense, ladies and gentlemen, as the G8 with the angled grip, a fearsome killing machine in any good player's hands. Austin and Skis are about to make sure of that, as Exiled Esports have a big ask on their hands going in to round 2. Standard rotates and standard lines aside are about to be made. Nothing too particularly out of the box from Exiled Esports. As it goes, you don't want to reveal all of your playing cards right off the bat. You want to play it a little close to the chest and slowly but surely integrate more and more of those experimental strategies and holds that you have an idea for as the match goes forward and as the situation grows just a little bit more desperate. That might sound counterintuitive, being more experimental in desperate situations, but again, as they say, desperate times call for desperate measures. Schizo having a little bit of trouble with what seems to be an already broken default cam, ladies and gentlemen, but Aussie, there we go. That's one of the G8A1s firing off. Sabroza is going to go down, and he's going to clamber off the oil pit ladder just in case anybody gets a bright idea of climbing up and going for a flank. Addition, he is actually watching the oil pit ladder drop down, mind you, as the drones are going to come out from the side of Area 69, looking to gather some intel after a good early pick. So Broza was a little bit of a thorn in their side in the last round, so having him already taken care of not only negates, like him as a player, but also the fact that the Mozzie drones, if he captured any, will not be movable for the defenders. They will only be in still areas, no better than Valkyrie's black eye cameras. In the meanwhile, we've got the hard breach coming out on the hatch of blue. That is Stone. This is, of course, the same place where he got picked off from last time, trying to go in for a hatch drop. So he's going to have to avoid that as he goes. And meanwhile, shots are being fired from above as more verticality is established by Ivis the Sledge. C4 goes out, but that's not going to find anybody, unfortunately, as Exiled Esports has taken the use of one of their explosive utility bits. Unfortunately, it did not yield the result that they wanted, as the Legion's going to take a lot of damage. Finally goes down. Ivis firing right by those beams. Had a bit of trouble taking him off, but he will get that kill. Noble has fallen, and Skiza is already inside his sight through dirt. He has just run in. Unfortunately, he's not the one with the diffuser. That is the ace who has to come down and find the plant spot, but Addition has been down in the meanwhile. Aussie's going to finish him off as a little bit of damage was done to Skizo via the evil eye of the Maestro, but Sajin's got other things to deal with right now. Aussie's going to make his way in. The shots are fired as Ivis will go down to Dank, and Sajin will go down to Aussie. It's all down to the 1v4 from Dank. The Valkyrie with the MPX going up against 4 attackers. There's the G8A1 once again, and Aussie will be the one to finish it off. He was the one to start it off for this round for Area 69, and he was the one to end it in this round as well. Round 2 on Basement Church goes the way of the attack as Team Area 69 go 2-0 up.
Well, 2-0 for the attackers. With that, as we proceed to round 3, Basement Church. Actually, second floor CCTV will be the site. I just realized that picking Basement Church 3 times in a row is not actually a good idea. So it would be best to just switch sites, even with the the amount of the sites the attackers have chosen to win. We do see a 6 pick coming in from Dank as he switches from the Dog to the Valkyrie. No, he actually decides to change something else, and he will change to the Smoke. Now, Smoke is a very good pick, knowing the fact that in the side of defense there is a total of 3 operator who has the opportunity to go for a roam, go for a flank opportunity. So having more roamers is not a good idea, and also having more roamers is not a good idea either. You need to balance it out so that they'll be able to get those a little bit of opportunities for the defenders if things go south. So with them taking the 6 pick to the Smoke will provide good amount of rotations thanks to his shotguns and a deployable shield just in case, to make sure that he can be able to defend the site all by himself if he's in a very difficult spot. We do see Sabroza with the Vamai. He'll be there deciding to hold on the garage catwalk with the help of the ADSs as well as the magnet nades right from the top, which should give them good amount of lines of access. As we proceed to the action phase, there is a total of 2 hard breaches. Stone and Kawaii Waifu playing as the ace will be able to open up. But quite interestingly, there is a total of 4 bandit charges being placed on the garage, not at the CCTV, nor at the construction. That is interesting, because yes, I do understand why you need to make sure that the Hibana's Excaros pellets won't be able to give a way of access right from the CCTV window. But what about the main entrance? With that, the EMPs will be there to disable any of those utilities, followed up with the Ace's Selma breach charges. We do see Ace taking quite a lot of damage through the Selma breach charges, so it would be wise to just fall back for now. Sajin, he has a good amount of angles. Since he's in the site, he'll be able to hold on both CCTV as well as the construction. When when we about to go for the execution phase, that is where the problem tend to happen, unless and until if Sajin gets a control on one specific angle, that would be on construction. Dank still with the Smoke, with the SMG-11, he'll be able to hold on from the main stairs. He's just waiting for the attackers to push in. Oxy, on the other hand, great use of the RED scanners to eliminate some of the utilities from the defenders. The drone will be able to spot a total of 2 players playing near the main stairs, which would give them some hope, some weakness to exploit so that they'll be able to push to the side nice and clear. Another drone work will come in from the attackers, gets taken out, and will be able to confirm their suspicions as a lot of gunfire is being traded out. Noble taking quite a lot of damage from the launch as the down comes in. Does the icon? No, he does not. Noble eliminates Oxy as well as the addition goes down. Will be able to pick up his teammate back for a total of 10 HP. Shizo, the push comes in. He'll be able to eliminate Noble, but does he know there's a total of 2 more players right from the main stairs as he starts to push from the barbed wire or the Legion Goo mine? Will proceed to addition, go for that pre-fire, but he's going to lose that gunfight. Shizo with the double kill, eliminating addition, but it is too late. But the push comes in from the Wamai, eliminating Shizo. But does he know that the push from the attackers is already in? The Hibana pruned in. He doesn't have good amount of intel, but that flashbang will be able to get caught from the Wamai's magnet. Push comes in, but that deployable shield proves a lot of problems. Tank on the other hand with the SMG eliminating Ivy as the Hibana goes down, making it a 1v2. Make that a 0. Exiled Esports will be able to win round 3 as we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet's instant replay. Their first defending round will be able to give them the score of 1-2. Proceeding to round 4, they did had a lot of problems for the past 2 rounds dealing to Basement Church, but now since second floor CCTV will be locked for a total of 2 rounds, they are forced to pick back Basement Church yet again.
Basement Church, the side of choice once again. CCTV going the way of Exiled Esports might exactly have been what they needed, ladies and gentlemen, because that round going their way is going to give them a morale boost that they will have sorely required after the couple of back-to-back losses on Basement Church. Basement Church being the site that defenders arguably win the most. I say arguably, of course, because I don't have access to statistics of that kind. But then again, we've seen defenders take the site very comfortably without any trouble being given by the attackers. So I wouldn't be surprised if that actually was true. Regardless, Area 69 are going to have to try and take this site again. They did it successfully twice, once before and once post-rehost. And now Exiled Esports, having taken a round for themselves, will be the ones looking at a potential equalizer. Will it work out, or will it be Area 60? Excuse me, Area 69 through and through? We'll find out in just a quick moment. As Action Phase is going to go live for round 4. Got an interesting couple of holds coming out from the side of the defense. Sabrosa once again in garage. That was a place where he was dropped earlier in the previous round, round 2 that is. And if he is unable to get that first kill, if he gets dropped again, that's going to be very unfortunate for Exiled Esports. Sajin in the meanwhile is going to make his way back down towards his sights. He's in the meanwhile droning, making sure that dirt opening via the summer breaches has been taken care of. There we go. Just got to be careful of that blast radius of the summer breach. And he'll put his drone through nice and quickly. Aussie managing to find his way on towards the oil pit ladder and find Sabrosa once again. This time the man was just trying to get back into the corridor of blue towards sight, as sitting inside of garage for that long had yielded him no results. Unfortunately, he will lose his life yet again. We're just crossing the 2-minute mark when it comes to this match itself, and Sabrosa going down is unfortunate for Exiled Esports. They have lost the Mozzie once again, and Team 89 are trying to bring it back as verticalities are going to be established. Dank is waiting to hear one more swing of that hammer onto the floorboards above him, and the C4 will go out as soon as that auditory signal comes in, but not quite yet. He's waiting for that perfect timing. He's searching for it. But is he actually about to find it? He's retracted his C4. Looks like Dank doesn't want to go for it just yet. Instead, he's asking for somebody to go for an impact trick on the kitchen hatch, but there won't be any, as now dirt is being contested. He's trying to come in, but also going to find one. Will he find another? No, he won't. Skizza will go down, and meanwhile, Dank takes that kill to find one of the G8 operators, but Aussie's waiting for him on the return. When did he get in? Nobody knows, but the IQ is just waiting for the Valkyrie to try to come back in. You've got Stone on the other side of dirt. That is a little unfortunate. He's caught between a rock and a hard place, ladies and gentlemen, and now It's either going to be the Hibana or the IQ to take the kill. It's going to be Stone with a headshot on the Gank. 4v2 as it's all down to Sajin in addition to try and deny the side of Area 69 their win this round. Will they be able to? Austin's giving chase. He's going to give more damage to the Legion. Sajin's in a bit of a bad spot and he will finally go down as it's a triple kill for the IQ against this defending team. Exiled have only one hope left. They will drop as well. Aussie takes the 4K, as we will see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. Area 69 taking another round on Basement Church, not letting Exiled Esports get ahead of themselves, as it is 3-1 in favor of the attacking team, and Basement Church is once again looking like the site of choice.
Well, 3-1 favoring on the side of Team Area 69 with a lot of unfortunates being displayed on Exiled Esports, especially Subroza was trying to get back on the side. He was about to get back to the blue room, but then Oxy took care of that. I mean, took the advantage of starting to push in right from the hole which being made from the garage, eliminating Subroza while he was trying to fall back. With that, we still do have a total of 2 more rounds for Exiled Esports on defense, so they need to make it count. They need to get those wins, or else Team Area 69 will be able to take care of the situation at hand. Now, for Subroza, we did see him perform also very well with his Commando 9 weapon. Hopefully, he'll be able to get more if he be careful next time. Well, with that, a lot of we do see a total of 2 defenders with roaming capabilities. That would be Sajin and Subroza. Then that means a total of 3 operators, Noble, Dank, and Addition will be there to defend Basement Church. And also quite interesting, we do see an extended drone coming in from Exiled Esports. Quite interesting, we don't see any use of the smoke, no uses of the mute, and quite importantly, no use of the pulse. But we'll see if this will favor on the side of Exiled Esports. We do see one of the impact needs being made to give a rotation from the logistics half-edge towards the construction. So that actually confirms my suspicions that this will be an extended roam on the side of defense. With that, the attackers, not wasting any time, will directly get that control towards the basement. Actually, not the basement, the garage. To hopefully to make sure that they would keep their pressure going, to make sure that Exiled Esports wouldn't give a single amount of breathing room to hopefully make those plays or make those count. But looks like Subroza will be able to halt that aggression by eliminating Oxy, the man who was making a lot of plays with this G8 LMG. Won't be available in this round. That's an important kill, as the IQ will go down. Those RED scanners would prove to cause good amount of intel on what kind of utilities that the defenders have, what kind of plays that they're playing in, so that they'll be able to remove it, followed up with a perfect plant. So with the IQ being gone, they only have to rely on DroneWorks to give a proper information on both the players as well as the information on where exactly those utilities are. Addition playing very close towards it as Sayajin sees the leg, not actually getting the kill. The drop comes in on the other hand, but Sayajin will actually take things under control. Switches the SMG-12, but she's on the other hand gets one, but that aggressive push will be able to make sure that the vigil stays down. Kawaii Waifu eliminating Sayajin, making it a equalizing 3-3 situation. The nade comes in from the Iana, not quite sure where he was trying to use it, maybe trying to take out the barbed wires and make sure that he would be safe. On the other hand, he needs to be careful playing near the stairs of blue, and I believe that would be Dank with the MP7. Actually, not Dank, it is Addition who's playing also very close. The Dronox will be able to give that confirmation, which would force the Addition to fall back from the blue. C4 will come in, not quite sure where, maybe on the kitchen, but the Hibana 6 Karos pellets will be used to open up the kitchen. I believe there is one of the impact needs to give a counter to it, so it would cause a lot of problems for Team Area 69. Knowing that the hatches is not opened, the only thing that they can do right now is force to be in a one-to-one gunfight rather than having the vertical control in hand. 26 seconds left for the attackers. I believe they did, however, open up the kitchen, followed up with the flashbangs, which would give Addition a lot of focus to worry about, as he will do exactly that, eliminating to making that a 1v3 situation. Stone all by himself needs to find a total of 3 players. With the diffuser being down on the side of Basement Church, it will go to the
5
favor of
seconds left.
Exiled Esports. They are going to wait for the attackers to push in. A lot of gunfires being pre-fired to make sure that he
Operators, you have
wouldn't
run out of time.
push in, and that's exactly that they'll do. Exiled Esports winning round 5 on Basement Church as we proceed to round 6, the final round for Exiled Esports on defense, and the final round for first half to see whether if it will be an equalized 3-3 or will it be a 4-2.
Second floor CCTV is the site of choice. Once again, this is the site that Exiled Esports took in their first go, ladies and gentlemen. And having finally won Basement Church, they're coming here with a big morale boost once again. They're confident with this site, and who knows, they might just be able to pull this one off. We've got a couple of 6 picks, one out of the Valkyrie into the smoke, and one out of the excuse me, they're one out of the Jackal into the Zofia.
Attackers need to locate.
Second for CCTV with the side of choice of being on round 6, the last round before roll swap. Exiled Esports have a very important round ahead of them. Why? Because this round, if they are unable to equalize, then they'll be going into attack 2-4 down against Area 69, whom we know from prior experience are pretty good when it comes to Clubhouse's defense. Their attack has been pretty good so far. Again, their early rounds could use a little bit of work when the pressure is applied on them. But other than that, their droning, their coordination, use of utility, it has all been very, very good so far. Exiled Esports, on the other hand, they need to change it up. Their early rounds are sometimes called into question, and even if they are able to push back against A69, they aren't always able to follow through with it. Only 2 rounds have gone their way for that exact reason. Their late rounds are very shaky, very all over the place, and they need to tighten it up as soon as possible. Saiyajin, interestingly enough, the Legion, is the man out on the roam towards first floor bar. That is what we saw just a second ago, mind you. And he could have gone back up to second floor, gone to gym bedroom, anywhere really. There's a wide range of places that he could attempt to hold on this map, as Area 69 are on the action phase, getting their drones in place, getting all the intel gathering that they need to do. And Saiyajin's going for a bit of a peek outside of the map towards changing rooms. Unfortunately, he won't be able to get anybody for himself, as he'll just have to fall back. Sabrosa on Garage in the meanwhile. I'm surprised to see that his head isn't actually peeking out over the top of the railings, and he's safe being as close to the railing as he is over there. Skizzo, the man outside of Garage, Zofia, who's going to be facing the Omai any second now, as utilities are going to be spotted by Aussie. He's going to try and take him out as much as possible. Legion Goo Mines, Omai Magnets, all the like, but Ive is going to find the first body, and that is Saiyajin off the board. Looks like the bedroom area has been taken over, and it is Aussie and Ives pushing into construction that need to make some plays happen. That's going to force the Wamai to try and go back into cash, into CCTV, but Noble coming in for a flank right now. He's gonna find one. It's a little all over the place with that kill, but it's a kill nonetheless. It's a refrag onto Ivis that the side of Exiled Esports needed. Summer Breach goes off, on the construction single wall as the shots are fired, and Kawaii Waifu is gonna find that kill. Ace with the AK, finding Noble. That reflect comes in as Saprosa will go down. Skizzo takes the kill. It's a 4v2, and it's now Area 69's round to lose if they mess up from here. Dank, in addition, the last 2 remaining need to make some plays happen. Dank, playing by the red stairs door, is going to actually fall back because he's now the last man standing. Sees the Hibana in the breach, but she doesn't get in, and Dank is going to be the one fighting him. No, it's going to be Aussie who's going to be taking that kill. We're going to see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. The smoke caught on red stairs. There was only so much he could do as all the attackers slowly closed in on him and finished him off. Area 69, a good spell on the attack as they are 4-2 up, going into round 7 roll swap, and now they are on the defense.
Well, with that round 7, we are going to be seeing Team Area 69 on defense. Basement Church will be the site. We do see a same pick, as Shizo will be the one decides to play as the Mozzie, maybe with the P10 Roni or maybe the Commando 9. Who knows? 6 pick comes in from Zubroza as he switches from the IQ to the Hibana. The Type 89 primary assault rifle will which has a good amount of fire rate and also
Defenders,
some
protect your bombs
moderate
from being
damage.
defused by attackers.
And how can I not forget about the heart-breaching utility, the Excaro spellets to open up the reinforced hatches or walls. With that, we do see Ivy's using his shotgun to make a rotation, a crouch rotation. With that, so yeah, Jack, I do have to ask one more question. Round 7 being it a 4-2 situation, what do you think is going to happen here with the Area 69 getting on the lead 4-2? Will it happen a 6-2, or will it be Exiled Esports coming back?
5 seconds to go.
Well, first of all, I do apologize. I spaced out for a second there, Baba.
Attackers
But
must
to
locate
answer
and
your
defuse the
question,
bomb.
Exiled Esports could turn it around on the attack, honestly, given the way we've seen Clubhouse play out today, ladies and gentlemen, as attackers have taken more rounds than defenders, shall we say, when it comes to Clubhouse. So I wouldn't be surprised to say that Area 69 have a good chance of getting turned on by Exiled Esports, and that would make for a great game, mind you, and that would definitely put Exiled Esports up on a little bit of an advantage. I'm sorry, I'm still feeling the effects of being I'm still feeling the effects of being spaced out right there, but a couple of bodies are going to drop as Sabrosa finds Aussie, and Schizo excuse me right there, is the one to be taken out by Aussie, now that I think about it. Actually, no, Schizo's the one to take a kill. I really couldn't keep up with that. My voice wasn't ready for coming back on the air, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. As right now it is a 4v3. Area 69 on the defense are looking strong once again. And they are in the main count lead, but of course there's a minute 45 remaining and things get turned around as, oh, beautiful peek from Skiza right there. Sabrosa will fall. The Hibana, unfortunately, not going to influence this round any further. It's down to a 4v2 once again. Exiled Esports are looking a little weak. Their early attacking round has just completely been torn apart by Area 69, who are now not only in the driver's seat, they're pretty much speeding down the lane towards victory. Well over the speed limit, mind you. And Exiled Esports need to try and build a speed bump if they want to win this game, if they want to avoid getting eliminated, as round 7 is about to hit the minute 60 seconds mark. Noble and Addition, the SAS brothers, the only two remaining for the side of the attack, as Noble's finally going to find one. Skiza goes down. The Mozzie doing a little bit of work right there, finding a very good kill onto the Mozzie, as that is something that they desperately needed. But is that going to be enough? There are still 3 more bodies to be found, a Smoke and a Legion. That is going to make their push into site that much more harder. The longer they take, the harder it's about to get because of Legion. Noble pushing in towards site. Find somebody. Not quite yet. Pre-fires it, but he's taking damage in the meanwhile. That's the Bandit coming around to take the kill, and it's now all down to Addition. He doesn't even have the diffusers, caught out in the hallway. Kawaii Wife is the one trying to find him. He was the one who found his brother, but no, Ivis is going to be the one to shut down Addition, ladies and gentlemen. Big drop comes in from the side of Team Area 69, as unfortunately for Exiled Esports, they are getting closer and closer to actually getting exiled, pun intended, as it is 5-2 in favor of the blue team, Team Area 69, who are now looking to go to second floor CCTV and cash room.
Well, with that, for Team Area 69, they need a total of 2 rounds to secure their win against Exile Esports. And on the contrary, for the defenders, they need to make sure that they get back on track, or else they will be eliminated out of the tournament, and they have to, sadly try their luck in season 3. But I'm still having hopes for Exiled Esports that they could make a comeback, knowing that they are on attack. It is, however, difficult, but if they do try to open up the walls as fast as possible, try to eliminate the roamers of Team Area 69, and mainly at least if they have a minute or a 30 seconds left to push into the site, they would hopefully be able to recover the round back up. So talking about that, the site being on CCTV, we do see a use of the Bandit, Hopefully we won't be able to see it like in the previous time where Exiled Esports were on defense. The CCTV site where the bandit cells were placed from the garage. Hopefully we will be able to see something different coming in from Team Area 69. Now,
5 seconds remaining.
according to the performance wise, they've been performing very well. We do see a total of 2 hard breaches on the side of Exiled Esports, the Thermite and the Hibana. So they do have a Thatcher as well. With this EMP, they would be able to disable any of these bandit charges being placed from Team Area 69, so that there could be they would at least be able to get into the site as fast as possible. With that, they just need to make sure that the roamers wouldn't try to make some run out plays, at least from the stock entrance or from the garage entrance. So there's a total of 2 claymores being placed to hopefully that shouldn't happen for them. One EMP is being thrown, followed up with the thermite exothermic charges, but sadly it will be tricked from the bandit track. Second exothermic charge being used as well, and hopefully maybe he's actually using it as a bait. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. So with that, he has the help of the Zofia. Total of 1 concussive nade will be 2 concussive nade will be used, which would give the success of opening up the thermites. Exothermic charge, great use of the concussive nades from Seojin, and 1 kill will be added to addition as he eliminates Kawaii Wife, an important kill as the bandit who was trying to trick the wall. Unfortunately, he won't be available for now. That ban, as you did see, the Maverick being banned from this specific match was to make sure that he would be able to do the trick. But since there is a Zofia with the concussive nades, it was very difficult for him to even trick it out in the first place. A lot of
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
times being taken from Exiled Esports. They did, however, opened up the CCTV. Now I believe they are trying to open up the construction wall instead, so they are deciding to push in from the logistics. Well, a lot of time being taken as the Jaeger will be detected from the bed of on the side of second floor gym. But dang, what a shot! Eliminating Sheet, so we'll be able to get the control on the site as fast as possible. Although they have to get through the construction to open up the walls in which it has been mute jammed. So opening up will be a yet again challenge for them. And sadly, with them losing a lot of time, that EMP will be there to disable it as best as possible. With that, 2 of those Excaros pellets will be used to make an entryway, and the last one will be able to give an angle. With that, it will open up a way, and actually it will be a run. A total of 3 Excaros pellets will be used to, just make a fully sprint rotation, so that they'll be able to push in as fast as possible, eliminating the team. But that C4 will be able to delay it, so Broza goes down with an incredible use of C4 being placed from Ivy as the attackers have 15 seconds left. Noble decides to push in from the CCTV, but Dank is here to save the day, eliminating Store. But Oxy EVs is still here, eliminating both Seojin and Noble, making it a 1v2 situation. Dank is stuck with the Legion Boom and has exactly no idea on what kind of positioning is. And just like that, Exiled Esports with a total of 1 defending rounds that Team Area 69 had problems dealing with, they will be able to retaliate back. Winning round 8 as we take a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Great performance from Exiled Esports as we proceed to round 9. Second floor CCTV will be the site.
CCTV, the site of choice, ladies and gentlemen, once again coming out from Team Area 69's defense as they are going to need this round. They are going to need this round to go to match point, while Exiled need this round to bring it around, try to see if they can push for their own lead, and that is going to take 2 more rounds of winning to equalize, and then 2 more to win. That is 4 whole rounds versus Area 69's required 2, which is a fairly big difference given the fact that we are, of course, in the late game. And at this point, it could go either way. Area 69 are still strong, mind you. They could still win this match if it goes down to it, while Exiled Esports, they are looking a little out of it, shall we say, and need to turn it around right here, right now. Interestingly enough, just like in the last round, this round as well, Stone is going to be bringing in the Doc. Actually, I don't think it was Stone in the last round, but regardless, the Doc is in play on second for CCTV. Not a Kaid, mind you. A Doc. Not something you get to see every day. No Wamai either from Team Area 69. It looks like they don't want to emphasize on the Wamai. They just want to bring in Doc and the Doc main plays of overhealed peeking. But no spawn peaks, at least not yet from Stone. Of course, it's only the beginning of action phase for this round, so the side of Exiled Esports are going to take their time establishing intel, getting all of the required utility dumps taken care of. As addition, I think that wall was soft. I'm not entirely sure if it was, as Saiyajin is trying to do the same thing he did the last round, which is deny the bandit trick using the concussive nades. Looks like it's successful, although I don't think Kawaii Waifu was actually there to do it in the first place. Noble peeking the newly opened CCTV wall. Good emphasis from the side of Exiled Esports on this particular part of the map to get it open and get the breach done. Make sure that that bit of utility, which sometimes takes the longest for attacking teams, has been taken care of. Now what they need to do is dislodge the Doc from Garage. There's an upside down peek coming in for that exact purpose. Whether or not it's going to be effective against the Doc will remains to be seen. As Stone is trying to find somebody. He's trying to get that kill, but no peaks have come in his direction yet. Meanwhile, Aussie towards bedroom is about to be put under question, as there is a breach through the secret stash area, and they know exactly where he is. Stone's taking damage in the meanwhile. Saiyajin, the upside down repel, doesn't quite achieve the effect he wanted, because of course he's a Doc, and he can just heal himself back up to full. Addition in the meanwhile, peeking construction, he's gonna find one. Skizo goes down, and that's a good early drop. The Legion has been taken care of, leaving Aussie alone in bedroom, but there's Ivis to find Saiyajin, taking out the Zofia. Just under a minute remains for the side of Exiled Esports as they're trying to get into construction. That is the Thermite Heart Breach going off in that area, and Noble's gonna fall back towards the main breach, finding Kawaii Waifu as well, as a drop will come in. Couple drops, in fact. Aussie finds one, but gets refragged onto almost instantly, making it a 2v3. Ivis and Stone, the last two remaining. Stone trying to peek the breach, leaving Ivis in a little bit of a precarious situation towards the red stairs. Stone's gonna be down. Can he revive himself in time? The plant is going off from Noble, but no bodies are dropping. It's now 1v2 for the Jaeger. He has dropped the diffuser, but he has to hold for 20 full seconds if he wants this round. Will he be found? Yes, he will. Dank takes that kill. Ivis goes down, as we'll see it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Exiled Esports have taken CCTV twice in a row now, and they are one step closer to equalizing. The score is 5-4, still in favor of Team Area 69, but just as we've seen across the two clubhouse matches today, attackers look like a pretty dominant side on this map. We're moving to Basement Church, the site that Area 69 won when they came to defense. Can they do it again?
Well, Exiled Esports are slowly gaining up the lead, making it a 5-4. They are one round away to equalizing the rounds against one. As we proceed to round 10, Basement Church will be the site. And technically, Area 69 is having a lot of problems dealing on defense. Although they did successfully defend Basement Church, the only defending site that had Area 69 problem to deal with was on second floor CCTV. Now, since we are back on Basement Church, we might see Area 69 try to win this round without having any problem dealing with the attacker's push. Do see the use of the Kaid's Electroclaw. The Kaid's Electroclaw will be able to use it to make to electrify the hatches on both the kitchen as well as the bar. And with the smoke, he'll be able to make one wall rotation followed up with footholds right from the very end of the main stairs, interestingly enough. And with that, the action phase will proceed. It will be the same operators picks yet again. Two hard breaches, one the Thatcher to eliminate some of the EMPs. Even with the Kai's Electroclaw, they should have been very careful about the operators being picked. But we'll see what's going to happen, as Oxy will be in the garage holding the angles, making sure that the attackers won't have ho- hopefully they would make sure the attackers get a surprise attack, was I was about to say. The drones will come in from the attackers with the use of one exothermic charges, opening up the oil from the tunnels, which would give them access to push in. Not We don't see any a deployable shield or a smoke being introduced right from the tunnels, I believe so I believe this will be an extended room. No, never mind, there is a hold that from in which Ivy is using a total of 2 ADSs, one
Attacker's
deployable
bomb
shield,
diffuser has been
and a total
dropped.
of 3 smoke gas canisters to make sure the attackers will keep will stay in that tunnels as best as possible. Total of 3 flashbangs will be used, but the second of them, he's just going to blind himself. Unfortunate, as the follow-up with the smoke gas cans will be able to deal a huge damage to Noble. Shoots on the other hand, using the electroclaws to trick it, but he is too late. Followed up with the peak, he will get that headshot, eliminating Subroza. Even with his job opening up the Excaros pellets, he's just going to go down with the Kai's AUG. As
Attackers
Mina
have
on the
dropped
other
the
hand,
bomb
Sajin will
diffuser.
be able to
Attackers
eliminate
recovered the
the
diffusers.
smoke, who was apparently trying to hold the angle. But unfortunately, with that quick peek, the Zofia was quick enough. The Sledge will be using his breaching
Attackers
charges
have
to
recovered
make
their
lines of
diffuser.
sight. Followed up with the C4, but to of no avail, the Sledge will still be alive. And he will continue his work, opening up, the vertical lines of sight, hoping to find where exactly the Kai's location is, and they have to worry about both of the angles. One, the vertical angle from the kitchen, and the second from the tunnels, in which Shizo doesn't have any problems dealing with it, eliminating Addition and the Hibana. Team Area 69 might get back on track here with Sajin pushing in from the tunnel. He has the support right from the blue, as Noble, he will be able to find exactly where the AUG location is. Chizo in a very low HP. He needs to make the shots count. No, he does not. He falls down on the hands of the Thermite. The 5.7 USD secondary pistol comes into hand, as Noble will be there
Attackers
to
dropped the
eliminate it,
diffuser.
making it a
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
3v3 situation here, with the attackers having a total of 22 seconds. Oxy making a decision to fall back, knowing that the site is compromised, as it decides to go for a slight peek. Doesn't
15
actually
seconds
get to
to
know
go.
where exactly
Attackers are
Noble's
activating
location
bomb.
is, and just like that, there is a post-plan situation. Unaware of the hatch angle, he's going to go down, making it a 2v2 situation. Good use of the push coming in from Stone, as
Defenders have
Kawhi Viper
located the
eliminate one
diffuser.
more. Noble goes down, making it the Dank, the last operator standing. He needs to make that 1v2 happen. Will it happen? He still has that vertical control. He can be able to eliminate the diffuser, who was about to go for a counter defuse. But with a lot of time being remaining, the defender needs a total of 6 seconds to go for Dank. He's one of the head, tries to go for an engaged gunfight. Kawhi Baifu, 0 seconds left, and he will actually get it. Area 69 winning round 10 on Basement Church, even with the Thatcher having the vertical lines of sight, will fail on a post-plan situation. With that, we proceed to round 11, where Team Area 69 will be on match point.
Well, that was a little unfortunate for the side of the attack. Exiled Esports looked very strong right there. Even in a 1v2 situation, having the angle on the post plant was more important for Dank, but for whatever reason, he whiffed his shots and then didn't try to find line of sight on the diffuser. So many angles were open. There were practically no floorboards left on kitchen. But even then, he couldn't take advantage of it. His team, unfortunately, suffering a round loss, and a big one, because that could have been the equalizer, but it was not to be, as Area 69 are now on match point. And they are looking very strong to win it all out. Second floor CCTV, the site of choice once again, as we've got the Ella in play from Aussie this time around. No Doc, from the looks of it. Valkyrie has been brought in from Schizo. All of that being said, Area 69, they are one round away from winning it all, and maybe, just maybe, these two operator changes are exactly what they need to finish off this game, ladies and gentlemen. This could be it for them, unless Exiled Esports pulls off something great.
10 seconds left before insertion.
As we move into action phase, mind you, Area 69, they have not won a defense on second floor CCTV pretty similar to Exiled Esports not winning their early defense rounds on Basement Church. Turns out both these teams have a little bit of a penchant for losing certain sites and then coming back after a round win elsewhere to winning their rounds later on. Whether or not that happens, of course, is it's up in the air, but Schizo looks like he was trying to go for a little bit of a spawn peek. Not sure if it was a spawn peek or a cam throw. Whichever it was, he's taking a lot of damage from it, and that's not going to help him in this situation. He needs to be careful holding lounge, mind you, as there's a push from the main door doing so much damage to him. The man is barely alive, as it were, and he's got Addition and Sajin, who is joining the fight, to worry about, and he's fallen back towards the strip club area instead. Deciding, quite stubbornly for that matter, to stay on the roam, mind you, Valkyrie. Schizo, he's got to be careful with his peaks. He's got to be careful with what kind of plays he makes. There is no Zofia to stop the Thermite from getting peaked, mind you. No, there is. That is from down below. No damage done to the Bandit, but the effect has been achieved, excuse me, as he has been forced out of that Bandit tricking position. Once again, very good emphasis from Exiled Esports. They've gotten the breach done. Now they need to make this execute happen. And finally, Schizo, the man was being chased for so long by the attackers, will be taken care of. Sajin gets that kill and puts him out of his misery with 1:30 remaining. Area 69, they've lost a big operative, but time could still work out for them, especially with the inclusion of Ella. Those Gershmots, sure, they might not completely stop the attackers from sprinting, but it disorients their visuals long enough for the defenders to take advantage of that. Aussie getting a little distracted on that drone longer than is advised for, but thankfully no repercussions come to him. Instead, that's the drone economy being just hurt slightly for Exiled Esports. They've got the intel, though. That is what really matters right there. Aussie, he's going to be put under question as he's being spotted. The grenades have come out, but still no damage done as a Gershmont goes off, and the drop is denied. Dank falls, and a beautiful shot onto Addition with the Scorpion is going to find him his second kill. Will he find a third, mind you? Sajin, the Zofia, is coming up. It's a sister-on-sister rivalry right here, as the Ella and the Zofia are squaring off. Noble on the other side of the map is going to find Stone, as Sabrosa trying to find a kill for himself, but Ive is going to take him down. Noble, that is, but unfortunately the prone peak doesn't work out. Aussie will fall. Sajin wins that gunfight, making it a 2v2. Unfortunately for them, they don't have diffuser, which means they'll have to go for the chase of kills, and it's a 1v2 all down to Ive. He's found one. Sajin's fallen. Will the Hibana fall? No, he doesn't! Sabrosa somehow managing that kill right at the end when his team needed it. We'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Oh, the angle grip on the Type 89 coming clutch for Exiled Esports as they now stand one round away from pushing to overtime, from finishing the first bits of this match and equalizing to give themselves another chance. Or will it be Team Area 69 to win it finally after being so close to match point for so long? The round of ones is underway, ladies and gentlemen, and it's CCTV and Cash Room all over again.
Well, that was quite unexpected. Team Area 69 have a lot of problems dealing with CCTV. Those were the exact rounds where Exiled Esports win on that specific side. Although they don't have any problems dealing with Basement Church, second floor CCTV is dealing a lot of problems for them. Although they do have second floor gym, deciding to pick CCTV again, losing for like a total of 3 rounds in a row, it will be very difficult for them. Although it was most a close round, because most of the time we do see Area 69 in almost in a 1v3 or a 1v2 situation for around 3 rounds in a row. Maybe with some good adaptations coming in from the defenders, maybe we might be able to see them recovering the round in quick succession, or we might see an overtime coming in from Exiled Esports. With that, we do see Kawhi reinforcing the jacuzzi wall with the help of his bandit charges. Will be able to make sure that the attackers will have to force to use their EMPs to, disable those utilities and hopefully use those hard breaching capabilities to open up the jacuzzi wall. But looks like the push will be for like two of those attackers pushing in from the warehouse spawn, in which they will get control of the CCTV balcony. The only problem is they need the Thatcher's UMP so that the bandits charges won't be in effect. But I believe there is a total of two deniers: the Kaid's electro charges as well as the bandit charges. So Kaid will be the one who is going to make the charge of making the trick happen, but he needs to time this well. If he does not, then the defenders have the most probabilities to open it up. We do see Oxy holding in the construction, as we do hear the thermax isothermic charges being used, followed up with the Thatcher's EMP, two of them, just to make sure if Kaid does use his electroflows, and it will succeed. Opening up the CCTV wall will give Noble to hold the angle. With that, Chizo playing also very close from the stairs entrance. It's just going to be a matter of time where the attacker starts using their drones to give those vital information on where exactly the defender is holding their angles. And looks like the Legion will be able to get his first attack, will be able to deal a bit of damage to Dank, who's apparently holding the angle right from the entrance of the garage, followed up with the bandit in the toilets. If the attackers try to get that juicy information, maybe they'll be able to eliminate the bandit with an impressive wall bang. But looks like he decides to just rotate back to the second floor gym, and quite surprisingly, he'll just be back on the construction. That drone work will be able to detect Vomai from the garage, so the attackers, they're just waiting for that perfect push so that they'll be able to eliminate the defenders one by one. The only problem is that they're having a lot of problems dealing with the attack, and that's where Subroza will come in, eliminating one. But will it be a refrag? That will be the biggest question, and looks like it won't be, as Shizo eliminates a Saiyajin. The Zofia will be downed, but Exiled Esports having the control on the garage. No, it won't. Shizo with the double kill, eliminating Subroza, which would give Tank the one getting back the control of the garage. Quite interestingly, a accidental TK comes in as the bandit accidentally eliminates one of them, but Ivy's here to take control, eliminating both Noble and Dank, and Oxy's here to clean up the other well. The Area 69 winning round 12 on second floor. CCTV will give them the win against Exile Esports on map Clubhouse. What an exciting match that we did get to see. 7-5 will be the scoreline. And the map on Clubhouse, what an interesting match that we did get to see here, Jack.
Absolutely, an amazing game coming out from both sides, ladies and gentlemen, as ultimately it will be Area 69 to finish it off for themselves. The Clubhouse goes their way, and unfortunately for Exiled Esports, they could not win it where it mattered the most. And with that, unfortunately, they will be eliminated, exiled, if you will, from the qualifiers, and we will see them again in the next season. Unfortunate for them, they really did fight very hard, but it was just not to be. They had just too many problems. They couldn't deal with the defenders in time. And that last round, interestingly enough, even though Skiza was taken out by an accidental team kill by the bandit, it didn't really hurt Area 69 because the way that Exile was pushing was far too spread thin. They didn't have the coordination that was required to make it possible, and it was just completely taken out. Their push, was completely taken out one by one. With all of that being said, that has been the second game, and we will go into reliving the best moments of this match shortly, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. It is live, and starting off, honestly, Area 69, they looked very strong on startup. The first 6 rounds went 4-2 in their favor, with the first 4 rounds being 3-1. Once again, a 3-1 start from a team that nearly goes the way of the team in the deficit. Team Heat were able to turn it around in the previous game against Espada. Unfortunately, history was not set to repeat itself for Exile Esports. Lightning did not strike twice, as Team Area 69, started taking rounds, and even when they were forced to stop, it wasn't for too long. Their main problems were, just a little bit of intel gathering or getting those important areas flushed clear out of the hands of the defenders, or in certain cases, making some Unfortunately, ill-advised pushes. This one, mind you, Aussie playing back and forth with the Legion inside of the blue area, and then finding the final kill, finishing what he had started, effectively speaking, with that 4K, because he was the one to get the first kill, of course. Then we move on to round 5. Actually, this is round 6, the last round before roll swap. This was the round, once again, that Area 69 managed to take on the attack on second floor CCTV. And it was a pretty good, dominant push, mind you. Dank, the last one remaining, couldn't really do much as the smoke. With the SMG-11, no close range fights to bring the shotgun out on. And the low magazine size of the SMG isn't really that conducive to taking fights on a longer range. However, going into the attack, Exiled Esports started making things happen, mind you. Area 69 suddenly seemed to start falling apart when it came to their turn on the defense. CCTV, they attempted it twice. Didn't really work out. Despite a win on Basement Church, CCTV seemed to be a bane for them as they kept getting taken out time and time again. Their defense seemed far too spread thin. However, this one, mind you, it was down to the 1v. No, this wasn't the round actually. The round I'm thinking of was the Jaeger versus the Hibana, where the attacker managed to get the kill at the very last turnaround, which really shouldn't have happened. Speaking of things that really shouldn't have happened, this round 10, as a Dank, he probably had the angle if he peeked it directly below him, but tried to get the Legion out first. He got line of sight on him, but unfortunately for him, Bandit was the one counter defusing, and I'm still not sure why that angle wasn't contested initially. Then coming around to second floor CCTV, once again, Area 69 not really too strong when it comes to this site, at least in this match, and hopefully going forward they'll be able to improve. Ivas nearly had this 1v2, but a beautiful shot to finish it off from the Hibana made sure that they had one more round's worth of fight left in them, but unfortunately it was not to be, ladies and gentlemen, as the match went the way of Exiled Esports. With all of that being said, that is going to do it for the second match of the night, but that's not the end, because there is still one more game to go. Statics Gaming versus Panther Esports will be coming up to your screens live in just a short while, with the map of Coastline coming out. Looks like it's not going to be an all clubhouse day, and honestly, I thank my lucky stars for that. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking a quick break, and we'll be coming back on the other side with the final game of the night. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Foxy, and our admin, Eisen, as we are here for the final game of the night on the map of Coastline. It is Statics Gaming taking on Panther Esports. With all of that being said, the match is about to go live on your screens right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we are already on the ban phase between these two teams. Panther Esports on the attack, Statics are on the defense, and the ban phase is headed forward with the first ban coming out from STZ. Blackbeard is going to be the first one to get taken off the board from the side of the attacking roster. Not really surprising, considering it is, of course, Coastline. You see Blackbeard bans quite a bit because there are a few, if not quite a few, windows that he can take advantage of. Lines of sight are Blackbeard's advantage, and that is why the ban finds him as its first target. Thatcher will be the second one to be banned. In the meanwhile, no surprises right there, and not really something that we need to talk about too much because Thatcher bans are so common and so frequent, everybody knows exactly why that man has been banned. Valkyrie, on the other side, will be taken care of on the intel side of things. Again, not too surprising, the Navy SEALs being banned on Coastline. And speaking of specific operator types banned on Coastline, Mira will be the final one taken care of. Again, fairly standard bans. This one that you don't see too often is the Blackbeard. Other than that, Valkyrie, Thatcher, Mira, very standard bans coming out from both teams. Let's have a quick look at both of the rosters that are here in the lobby for us today. From the side of Panther Esports Attack, we've got RGB Panther. All right. Manju, I have no idea how to...
I think that's Majnu Panther.
No. Oh yeah, Majnu. Sorry, I read that wrong.
Yes.
But Nomad's name, I'm caught over there. We're gonna have to work on that one. Of course,
I think the H is silent. Honestly, that's what I think.
doesn't make it any easier to say, Foxy.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defeated.
We're gonna work on that as we go along, and then of course you have Smexy Cake and Vanilla Pulse. And from the other side, from the side of Statics Gaming, we've got Royce, Phantom, Kunto, who has made its way here, Unknown Gamer, and Lame Jokes. A very strong roster now that I look at it, ladies and gentlemen. And as I pass the mic over to Foxy, round one is underway.
Well, honestly, interesting roster switch up. Even I'm getting to notice right now from Statics Gaming. We've got quite the firepower. Honestly, very familiar names, and this is going to be a very good match to witness. That is definitely for sure something I'm looking forward to. Panther Esports, I've not really heard a whole lot about them honestly, but yeah, they're here, and that is what puts them up on the board already. That's what puts them up against Statics Gaming, very evidently so. And on a map like Coastline, I think we're in for a nice one. In fact, RGB Panther already making his way in. I think he's just called RGB. Panther is just there. Yeah. We've got IGN with the name RGB now. Very weird times we live in. So that out of the way. You huge fan. I was expecting maybe we just as Eisen just happened to just give a peep into the air. But meanwhile, Majnu Panther is going to be fun, and Smexy K goes down as well. We've got Unknown Gamer for taking the fall from the side of Statics Gaming, but that's already two quick frags they've got for themselves. RGB, speaking of which, is already picking up a fight with the Malusi. Royce is going to be the one. Will be in immediate contact with him, but he's got some support. That is, of course, RGB and not Royce, I believe. He did get some pretty fast coming in from his teammate from the pool wipe stage, but Royce already picks this fight. Once again, re-engages with the Jackal. There's so much going on right now, but Vanilla Pulse will make sure Royce takes the fall. That's your Malusi taken off the board. A 3 vs 3 re-established back into favor, or at least the man counts equalized. Phantom using those vertical picos for themselves and dealing some damage at least to the Nomad, as that's what we are rolling with right now. Got the Nomad going for the Aquarium push, and that is what seems like they're building up to it. But Lame Jokes is Going to take care of the Jackal. RGB takes the fall. That's a quick headshot to take care of him. We've only got the Nomad and the Buck alive with only 1 minute left. I don't think going for a plant is going to be the best of decisions right now. They've got to play on frags at least for the while. And not until they get the man advantage here. Not until they have themselves a 1 versus 2 situation that they're able to look at. Come to a standstill. That is the match, of course, as the drone works are coming in, and now the push comes in eventually from the side of Panther Esports. Vanilla Pulse waiting for his back, but there's nobody right now to look back for, in fact. But the down will come in onto the Nomad. The finish up is here, and the push in from Phantom will secure the kill and eventually secure the round for Static Gaming. They'll be taking the first round very, very stylishly. So we'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Static Gaming take round 1, and no surprises here, honestly. Just a little more emphasis that I failed to make on the side of the attack. They came in strong. They just had some tidbit of mistakes thrown in a little bit in the middle of the round that just could not get them the round conversions in. Good fight back potential that we did get to see from them, and I can honestly say this won't be a one-sided match, and that has been the trend so far, at least for the day 2 of qualifiers. Let's see where round 2 takes us. That being said, over to you, Blackjack. What do you think is going to happen on Kitchen and Service Entrance as Statics Gaming is going to take us there next?
Well, I do have to agree on the fact that this is not going to be a one-sided game, ladies and gentlemen. Off the back of that first round, many things can be said. It can be interpreted in a whole host of manners, but the one that we are choosing to go with right now is the fact that Panther Esports know what they need to do against the way Statics is playing, and that is a good thing. That means they are learning quickly, and the quicker they learn against this defensive team, the better they'll be able to make their executes and setups happen, the better their roam clear will be, and overall, the more rounds they'll be able to win. Excuse me right there. Whether or not that contributes to them winning the entire match, again, we'll find out in a quick moment. This round, however, again, we're pretty interested to see what Statics Gaming is bringing out on First Floor Kitchen and how Panther Esports are about to go about countering that. As you know, some of the names that are in that Statics roster, I'm pretty sure a lot of our viewers are more than familiar with. Kuntal, Unknown Gamer, Phantom, Royce, players that we've seen time and time again make some really good plays. They are here for us today, and they are on the defense with Unknown Gamer manning a shield here on a Sunrise Bar. There's a little bit of resistance, not resistance, excuse me, a little bit of offense that he's facing from the side of Panther, but nothing too big. The drones, in the meanwhile, have made sure that the second floor clearance is about to come in. The man inside of sight, Jaeger, ironically enough, as Phantom's going for a big fight right now, caught inside of luggage. He's fighting 2 operators towards the side of Aquarium, and he will go down. Unfortunately, the Ash is too fast as Majnu takes that kill, dropping Phantom, but Kuntal comes in to find the refrag headshot on to the Ash. Looks like that may have been the long angle from inside of sight, as the Jaeger, we know that he's anchoring for this round. That long angle towards luggage helped him out right there to get that refrag in. Well done, honestly. Watching each other's backs, a big facet to playing good competitive Siege is, of course, getting those refrags, getting the trades, making sure that the body count never goes in the lead of the enemy team. And that's what Statics Gaming are relying on for the time being. Minute 15 remains in the second round, and Panther Esports are losing time. They have verticality, they have lines of sight, but time needs to be emphasized on from this push that they're trying to make. And I do have to say, the way that the Buck is going about establishing verticality, not exactly the most efficient thing in the world. Smexicake, in the meanwhile, pushing in towards the Sunrise entrance. He's got to worry about one defender. That's Unknown Gamer in his vicinity. Very close, mind you. Just across that hard wall. Meanwhile, RGB is going to take a bit of damage from a long angle from inside of reception. Impact goes out. Unknown Gamer, that's a little bit of a distraction. No damage done, mind you, as the Nomad's going to push in towards Service Entrance. Mexicake finds one. That's Unknown Gamer taking care of. The visual goes down. It's all down to this 3 defenders remaining. Royce, Kuntal, and Lame Jokes with less than 25 seconds remaining for the side of the attack. final bits and pieces of verticality are being established, but the 4 attackers are nowhere close to establishing site control. And Royce, he's not going to find somebody. In fact, he's going to go down on a turnaround, but Lane Judge is here to find the Nomad in the meanwhile. And there's Kuntal to find the Zofia on entry. There's only a few seconds remaining. They have to get in, get the plant off. And Panther's trying it. RGB, that is. He will go down. But what is even happening? Vanilla Pulse finds those last 2 right when he needed to. But did the Jackal not go down? We didn't get to see what happened right there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, that was so close to going the way of the defense. But Statics, unfortunately, are not going to win round 2. Panther are the ones on the attack to finally take it, and just like we pointed out, is the fact that Panther are willing to switch things around so quickly. That's giving them that little edge over the side of Statics. Statics is a roster that we have seen time and time again, but Panther might just be able to pull off an upset.
Honestly, I've got to give it to the side of Panther Esports. The Buck, so quick to the trigger. He knew that the Jackal is facing some difficulty on side while he's down on the plant. They had no time to even re-attempt the plant if the Jackal had gone down. The alibi was onto him, pouncing on him, not able to land her shots though. That was the moment when Vanilla decided to act up. Got that double kill towards the end, and that was quite the roller coaster, honestly, just the way the round started off to be, and the round ended on a completely different note. We did get to see a huge potato coming from the side of the Melusi as well. That was her kill to take from the side of the blue bar, but just could not connect. So I'm thinking Statics Gaming is just not warmed up to what this match is demanding of them. Honestly, that is exactly what it's looking like. We got to see multiple fundamental things wrong with Statics Gaming coming out in the second round. Completely different from how the first round started out, honestly. It was very well executed, but honestly, that's what I'm going to say about the second round. That out of the way, we've got lame jokes already. He's brought up the alibi. We're playing all the way on the side of officers. Phantom is on site. Royce, once again, will be the one to pick up the first fight. That's going to be on the Melusi from the side of Sunrise Bar. Picking up a fight with Smexik here. He's gonna have to take care of himself with this concussion charges coming in from the Zofia and the headshot follow-up. And Roy says, I'm gonna survive this round, not for long. Smexik here makes sure he gets that frag nice and easy. That was a good headshot. Honestly, that was a really good emphasis of the utility as well. And then the follow-up, push-up, and then the headshot. That was a good cleanup from the side of the attack. Panther Esports looking to keep the advantage that they've, at least the equalizer that they've got for themselves in the last round. Lane Joke still alive and kicking. He's up inside the security room. Will be moving to the sunroom any moment now, but it only stands to see if there's somebody to cut his rotation off. Apparently there's nobody, but he does know that there's a soft breach happening for the top floor. That has become a priority now for Statics Gaming to take care of, or else it's going to be hell for the defenders playing on site. Domai already very ecstatic on his position. Unknown gamer as well. That's the Maestro. These are hard anchors we are talking about, people. It's not going to be all the while more easy for them to stay on site with the soft breach happening from the top floor. You've got the Ash. You've got the Jackal shotgun coming in. You've got the skeleton key from the Buck. And speaking of the skeleton key, the Buck's follow-up kill will be here once again. Vanilla Pulse is going to find Phantom, the one Maya just talked about. Majnu Panther, meanwhile, making it awfully close to side. Is going to exchange some fight with the Maestro. That's Unknown Gamer trying to hold down the side all by his own, and he gets a frag. He walks away with it, but here's a quick refrag. And meanwhile, there'll be another kill coming in from the Ash. And here's Lame Jokes, who's the only one surviving, at least for the side of the defense, is going to try and make this 1v4 clutch, convert this to a 1v3, and hold his position off while the plan goes down from the side of Panther Esports. A 3 versus 1 difficult position for the alibi to play in. Lame Jokes has rotated all the way back to reception. He's got pings coming in. I'm not sure where that information trade-off is happening from. Obviously, that's from the Maestro camps. Not got a whole lot of information to speed from, as all the attackers are in the post-plan situations. They know where this alibi is coming in from, but she's already so close to site. She's already on the diffuser. Won't be looking like she's going to survive this. No, she won't. There's the Nomad with the weird name who's going to make sure the Panther Esports secure round 3 and take the advantage. Like I said, people, they look like they want to secure this advantage, and they will. 2-1 is going to be the score line as we walk away into round 4. As hey, that was a good run, honestly, for Panther Esports. They were very methodical with what they wanted to do. It was not just the fact that Statics Gaming came out a little too over aggressive. No, that was not it. It was the fact that Panther Esports played that with a little more structure, and they could execute what they wanted to. Really good. Round 3 was theirs. Let's see what round 4 has to offer.
Well, looks like Statics Gaming has been read into, ladies and gentlemen, as a Panther did very well in that last round. Just like Foxy said, it wasn't just, it wasn't Statics Gaming getting over-aggressive or making ill-advised peaks. It was more so Panther Esports outplaying them on pretty much all fronts right there. Roam clear, very well done. Intel gathering, very well done. It was just very well done in all counts. Even the little bit of utility dispensing that they needed to do was taken care of very well indeed. Kunto, a little counterintuitive, being the Mozzie and destroying drones, and he's done it again, ladies and gentlemen, for whatever reason. And he'll now put down his pests to try and capture drones. Well, unfortunately for him, he won't have, he'll have 2 less drones to capture than he otherwise would have, and maybe no drones in that prospective area at all. So, like I said, a little counterintuitive. Who knows, you could still find some drones if there's an office push from Panther Esports. Interesting shield from Phantom. He can't seem to find the right place to put it down. There we go. I think he was trying to get it anywhere close to the hatch, so if the hatch gets destroyed, then the shield still stays. But again, that's a pretty interesting shield, mind you. It's more so facing the big window of Hookah rather than, facing the entryway from Aquarium. RGB in the meanwhile took a bit of damage from that random pre-fire that Unknown Gamer did. I'm pretty sure the Jaeger has absolutely no idea that he's actually hit somebody. And not only that, but RGB is pretty low on HP, all things considered. If he goes down here, it would be a good opening kill for Statics, as they desperately need those opening frags. They've been lacking in that department and lacking in the trade right after. Shots are fired, and there we go. RGB will go down. Unknown Gamer takes that kill, and he's going to fall back. Trade with the Mozzie? No. Kuntal himself has fallen back on blue stairs as well. But that early drop, more so the Jackal being taken care of, is a good sign for Statics Gaming. Maybe they'll be able to turn it around this round. We'll find out in a quick moment, as the Ash is going to push through Kitchen along with Zofia. Smexy Cake, that is, pushing through Sunrise with the help of Vanilla Pulse, establishing vertical gameplay towards that diffuser plant spot. You always want those, especially if the diffuser is taken care of, it's been planted, and the counter defuse needs to be denied. However, of course, that's still a ways away, as we still got a minute and 15 remaining. Smexy Cake nearly finds one on that vertical angle he just established. Kuntal is going to be brought into question, but Vanilla Pulse is going to go down instead. Phantom finding that kill onto the Buck. He will go down. That's unfortunate for the side of Panther. They've lost another big body. The Buck going down is not, of course, advisable. That leaves them in a 3v2 with 50 seconds, 3v5, excuse me, with 50 seconds remaining. And Statics Gaming looked very strong in this round. Panther have not been able to read into what they've been doing. And that is, of course, credit to Statics, who have managed to keep it just unpredictable enough for Panther Esports. Although not by too much. It's not like they're doing anything too radically different, but it's worked, whatever they have done. Phantom couldn't find the head of the Nomad pushing in, but there's also the Ash, of course. So many flashbangs in Aquarium. He's got to be careful. So has the rest of his team, because if they don't pay enough attention, they will start going down. Bullets are being traded. No bodies have been dropped. Shots are fired. Mujri is so low on HP, as the Nomad will finally make her way to go for the plant, as more damage is done to Phantom, but no kill is confirmed. Instead, the planter has been dropped. As Kuntal takes that, Lane Jokes goes down. Royce will take one. The C4 comes out onto Smexy Cake, as the Statics will take round 4. We'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. The Zofia was down, but you want to make sure that she stays dead. And the C4 is going to make amply sure of that. as it is now 2-2 equalized going into round 5 as we edge closer to the mid-game.
Statics Gaming definitely kicking things to hyperdrive right now. They've brought all guns on board. We did see that aggression coming in from Unknown Gamer. Very useful for the side of the defense, at least what they needed to break the momentum what Panther Esports was trying to mount on. That first frag and then the fallback, using time as a weapon as well as what I could see. I could see Statics Gaming bring out in round 4. Really good stuff from them. Let's see what round 5 happens to put on board from the defense. At least that's what I'm looking forward to see, because Panther Esports has definitely impressed us with their attacking round so far. But it's been Statics Gaming trying to fight back the little stuff they happen to be missing out on defense. Not anymore, at least not evidently so. Round 5 is underway. We've got Lane Jokes back on the alibi. Royce will be employing the Malusi once again. But Phantom, quite interestingly so, has brought out the captain. Unknown Gamer is going to be sticking with the Jaeger. That's good stuff. I've only seen the man play support ops. Like, he's mostly on smoke or mute. He's good with the SMG11. He likes to play that as well. Very aggressive with that. But today he's going to be playing the Jaeger, quite interestingly so, and he's been good with it. Honestly, it's a nice change in pace for the man. So, from what I know of personal experience, etc. talks with him. It's good watching the role switches happening as well. That out of the way, we've got Phantom running on the captain, as I was trying to speak about him. That is definitely going to be a little more randomness thrown into what Panther Esports are, expecting standard stuff from the side of Statics Gaming. They've definitely tried to change things up themselves. They've brought the Monty, but I doubt if that is going to be a whole lot of useful. There's going to be a whole lot of use for them. We've got Smexiki already inside Sunrise. That's quick take, honestly, inside the map. Knowing that the side is going to be kitchen, that's a huge space uncontested. But Royce is finally going to spot the Zofia. He's going to take some damage, and more than that, he's going to lose his life over that curious little peek that he happened to make over the hallway. Zofia, good stuff. Getting the drone works in quickly enough to know that there's nobody, and it's free real estate to take advantage of. Unknown Gamer just trying to establish a little pressure from above, trying to make them understand that, all right, there's somebody playing above. Gonna have to be careful about that, and that means the roam clearing duty is going to come into action. Unknown Gamer does not know there's a Jackal being right around the corner, and he'll go down. That's Panther Esports back again with the swift attack that they've been showing us so far. And round 5 is looking so much more promising for them. A 3 versus 5 already established, and the Montaigne play is now going to be all the while more potent to what I was trying to put out in the beginning. Trying to go with this long peek, but Smexike is already on the side. He's taking so much damage, I'm not sure from where, but I think he knows from where, and I think that is from Super Kuntal. Just gonna move back and forth about this. Meanwhile, there'll be the Nomad that walks away with the kill, and that's Lame Jokes, the alibi, taking the fall once again, as the Statics Gaming has definitely found themselves on the bad side of Panther Esports' attack. They're trying to keep themselves together, as Super Kuntal is going to find a frag on this possible 2v5 class that they are trying or aiming to make happen. Everybody's so low on HP. It could be a possibility, knowing how amazing of gunners we've got on the side of Statics Gaming. Super Kuntal and Phantoms, all eyes on them. Smexike goes down as Super Kuntal walks away with his double kill for the while. We've still got the push-up happening, but no, that'll be the plant into play. But Super Kuntal walks away with his triple. That's the buck giving cover from the top floor, and that means now they've got so much more freedom to move on the side, but the plant has already gone down. The Montaigne watching the diffuser so close. This could be deadly, but there's 2 attackers against 2 defenders. The fight is equal, but Super Kuntal walks away with his squad, but the diffuser's going down. It's a Montaigne and 1 versus 2. Does he get his ace? Yes, he gets it! Super Kuntal will get his ace, and that will be Statics Gaming on the retake in the post-plan at a 2 versus 5. Like I talked about, people, you don't take them for a spin, because that is exactly what happens. Kuntal walking away with a 5k. The ace was more than just on the cards for him, but it was not expected. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, people. Just before we go on to the last round of the first half, we've got Statics Gaming bringing out everything that they've got. Like I said, they just kicked us into hyperdrive, and round 6 will be underway.
Turns out he really is super after all, as Kuntal with the ace bringing in the clutch for his team. It was more than just a 2v5, ladies and gentlemen. The assist from the Capcan was there for sure, who brought the bait. Phantom going out first, making the Montaigne put the call out that there is an operator free for grabs, but Kuntal taking the advantage of that momentum, swung around, found the Nomad, and took the final kill as well. Absolutely amazing from Kuntal, and that name is very much justified. Super Kuntal indeed, as we'll move into round 6. 3-2 is the scoreline. Panther Esports are once again in the deficit, and they will have to play around this defense on first floor blue and a Sunrise Bar, the site that we see oh so often these days, with the castle in play along with the smoke and the woman. Deployable shields and bulletproof utility galore with the Melusi as well. An unknown gamer bringing in the rear with the Jaeger just to make sure that utilities are rare, few, and far between for Panther Esports attack. Speaking of attack, action phase will be in play from a Panther who need to step up their late game after that last round. That's an interesting tap fire going on from the Nomad. Trying to find somebody, caught reinforcing, not going to, unfortunately. No early kills like that. That takes a surprisingly large amount of luck, mind you. RNG was not in his favor, not that time. Office has, curiously enough, already been taken control of by RGB and, of course, the Nomad, putting down those air jabs in important positions, stopping the push coming in from the defense, as Kuntal's going to take some damage in the meanwhile. Not sure where this fight's going off, but he's going to have to be very careful on this long angle and the angle from the blue bar window. Very low on HP right now, but Royce has taken some damage as well on the other side. Panther Esports are slowly pushing, but this push might turn out to be fatal for Statics Gaming's defense. They need to be very careful right now, as this hold is fast and loose, and they will be taken out the first chance Panther Esports gets. Hard breach on blue has been taken care of in the meanwhile. That means the plant is definitely on the cards for the attackers, as Royce is going to get flash. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to deny entry, much like the rest of his team. Caught in a weird position, but the Ash, what even happened right there? As Kuntal's going to take another kill, and Phantoms finds one more. Smexicate goes down. But RGB is going for the plant, but he's going to be denied. Royce takes a kill as well, as it's down to a 2v5. Suddenly, make that a 2v4. Vanilla Pulse is here to try and find a couple for his team. He's going to see the castle, not able to take him out. However, meanwhile, Nomad trying to go for a diffuser recovery. Is she going to be able to find it? No, she won't. That is the Melusi to take that kill, and now it's all down to Vanilla Pulse in a 1v2. He's found a triple kill, and he needs to find 2 more. But Royce will deny him before it can get any farther, any more dangerous for the side of Statics Gaming. The kill is confirmed, ladies and gentlemen, as we will see that in the ACT Fibernet in replay. Round 6 goes the way of the defense, and they will take it 4-2, going to round 7 roll swap.
Well, round 7 is where we are headed. As I'll take a quick look at the scoreboard if we could, Aizen. There we go. Super Kuntal with 11 frags for the man. Very true to how he's been playing so far. We've got Vanilla Pulse on the other end with 8 frags for himself. Follow up with Smexy K. And hey, like we happened to point out in the beginning of this match, Panther Esports have definitely thought what they wanted to do through, but Statics Gaming has just brought out everything that they've got at them, and that's just overwhelming for what Panther Esports was expecting. Just not able to walk away from that little window or that little corner that Statics Gaming happened to push them every single time after that equalizer came in. It's definitely been their peak performance after that 2-2 equalizer we happened to see on round 4. But hey, that being said, we're here on round 7 with Statics Gaming in the very definitive lead, 4-2, looking very strong and looking like they want to secure this. They'll be on the side of the attack as well. It's going to be an interesting take to see how Panther Esports happens to bring out a defense from their side. We've got RGB on the go-yo, and there'll be the emphasis of the smoke as well in terms of the denial. And very obviously, Melusi has just become a must pick at this point. Smexike will make sure the projectiles are taken care of, as well as Vanilla Pulse. He's with the Legion. So the Legion has just been the go-to pick at this point. I mean, what match have we not seen a Legion being played? He just get played a lot. That out of the way, we got Unknown Gamer. He's brought up the buck quite interestingly. So on the emphasis once again from the side of the attack as well. Too much frag potential I'm getting to see here, and not enough utility burnout. You know, they've got the flank watch from Phantom running the Nomad. You've got the Hunter, that is the Jackal. Royce will be running him, while everybody else is pretty much there for soft breach or frag duty. That's great in terms of how Statics Gaming is trying to approach this. No doubt we've got Super Kuntal running the Ash, very evidently so, with the amazing frag power that he happens to bring to the table. Let's see if they're able to outgun the side of Panther Esports. It's going to be a difficult crossfire that they're not able to walk away from. That's what I'm looking out for here. Honestly, that's what will be interesting to find out. Is Panther Esports prepared, for the pacing of the attack that Statics Gaming, once again, happens to bring on the board.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Not much happening right now. 1 minute and 30 already out of the way. We've got, as I myself. We've got Royce still looking for some information in and around side, and a very interesting shield position. Honestly, that's not the best thing you want to do, unless of course that's a Goya shield. Very obviously, didn't get to quite think about that, but there you go. It's gonna get taken care of. But that also happens to open up an soft breach avenue from below that could be taken advantage of from Majnu Panther. But right now it's gonna be Smexike taking some damage. I'm not sure from what. Possibly was some pre-fires from the VIP hallway. But right now, it's going to be him holding this down very carefully. Melusi does get spotted from down below. That's going to be a point of concern for them. Is she happening to be carrying the C4? That could be the changer that they happen. No, she's actually already expended the C4, so that's not going to be a whole lot of utility coming in from Majnu. But Super Guntur has already made his way in and out of the side as well. Back to the barracks as he's just going to chill out on the side aquarium. He's not going to worry about a whole lot. We've still got the push stalled out, but no, Lame Jokes is going to put a dent on that statement as I just happened to make it. RGB Panther goes down. He's still got Lame Jokes going for the plant quite interestingly. So Super Kumpul is going to be the one on the cover. He's going to be careful. He's good with this, but no, he's going to get off the plant. Meanwhile, Phantom walks away with another frag. It's a 3 versus 5. Slowly, the defenders are getting eaten away. But here's Royce. He's going to take the fall. And a very unadvised speed from Mexike is going to put him down in the grave. Super Kuntal is pushed up. He gets a frag for himself. It's all under Majnu Panther, but he was last spotted below. They've got to reset the plant. There's no time. 1 second left, and the plant will go down from a known gamer. They've got to safeguard him at all points now. Majnu Panther rather does not have any information, and he will not be having his head any longer as well. It'll go down to Super Kuntal as that'll be the frag once again for the Ash as he's out looking for heads. And Super Kuntal has definitely brought out peak performance at this round around as well, and this match for that matter. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay as Statics Gaming now stand 1 round away from match point. Round 8 will be underway.
First floor, Blue and Sunrise Bar, interestingly enough, is going to be the side of choice coming out from Panther Esports, right there. And that is a very interesting pick coming out from this team, given the fact that second floor hookah didn't really go their way, and they could have gone to first floor kitchen, but no, they're going straight to first floor Blue and Sunrise Bar. We've got RGB Panther taking the 6th pick out of the Goyo into the Wamai. And that is going to be what we move into round 8 with 5-2 to Statics Gaming, who are looking very, very strong right now. And that is not a statement we make lightly over here, ladies and gentlemen. Statics are 1 round away from match point, and given the kind of roster that they have, it's not too surprising per se for them to be up by a whole 3 rounds against Panther Esports. Panther, they are facing a little bit of a very tough fight, but it's not like they haven't tried, and they have for sure. They've made some great plays, they made some good attempts, but they just haven't been able to continue the flow, and it's been interrupted too many times, especially in that last round. The defensive hold was just completely torn apart by Statics Gaming, picking them off 1 by 1. Excuse me right there. 1 by 1, and just completely tearing down, burning down the house, if you will, for the side of the defense. Oh, there we go. It started again. Super Kuntal is going to find one, and that is the smoke taken care of. That's unfortunate. The smoke is very, very key to holding this side down, ladies and gentlemen, alongside the Wamai and the Jaeger, of course. And with him taken care of, it's just going to make it that much easier for Statics to push in and get control. But they still need to go through 4 more defenders, mind you. They've got RGB, Majnu, Smexy Cake, and Vanilla Pulse to go through. And if they are unable to find these defenders, well, then we will be speaking a very different tale come the end of this round. Right now, of course, they're going to try and find these defenders wherever they can, ladies and gentlemen, because they are still holding on some good positions. Verticality is being established in the meanwhile, as the Bandit batteries are going to prove to be a little bit of a challenge unless this vertical gameplay comes their way. They need to get those bandit batteries taken care of. They need to get those APSs, more importantly, taken care of. Well, my magnets, can be a little bit harder to find, but that doesn't entirely matter per se. Lots of drones and lots of utility as the coastline continues to rumble on slowly but surely. Smexy Cake watching the hats drop inside a security hallway, but Kuntal has made his way into Blue Bar and turns the tides on Majnu, who was inside of office. But there's Smexy Cake to take out Phantom. That's a big drop that they sorely needed. The Jackal goes down, but office has been taken a hold of by Kuntal, who is looking to make some waves. Will he find the head of the Jaeger? Not quite yet. As Vanilla Pulse finds one, the Jaeger finds one more. Smexy Cake, but he will get refragged onto by the Nomad inside of office. It's all the action right now, but Vanilla Pulse has found one more. Will he find the Nomad? Not quite. Royce 1v2, and he does not have Diffuser. Vanilla Pulse rotates around towards the reception as RGB is going to fall back into side. It's all down to these last 2 against the last attacker, Royce, in a tricky situation. What can he do to improve it for his team? What can he do to get this round? He's got 20 seconds to decide and execute, and that's a lot of responsibility on one lone man right here, right now. 12 seconds remain and he will go down. It is the Legion all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. Vanilla Pulse in and out, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. We didn't quite get all of his actions on cam, but we could hear him going off in the background alongside Smexy Cake, which really shifted the tide in favor of Panther Esports. They will take another round. Round 8 goes to them as they are now one step closer to equalizing. 5-3, 2 rounds to go for them and 2 rounds to win for Statics.
Well, Statics looks like they're having to look down the barrel of match point, getting a little farther for them, at least for the while. Round 9 is indeed underway. Let's see what either of these teams have to put on board. Statics Gaming were looking very confident in terms of what they happen to bring out so far. They're looking like they could walk away with a 6-2, but that's just not the case. Round 9 is going to be different. We're going to have a 5-3 scoreline established in the favor of Statics Gaming yet, but Panther Esports are putting up a fight, and more importantly, they're looking like they might be able to make this comeback. We've got them back on Kitchen. It's going to be Majnu Panther back on. He's on the Melusi, while, well, honestly, it's very standard stuff except for the Maestro. The emphasis of Maestro, once again, we haven't gotten a whole lot of Maestro except for when it's maps like this or Cafe. But, hey, it's just the recent times and just the teams that select just the way they happen to be playing. That out of the way this time around, the Alda will be into play. So, yeah, that is definitely something that Statics Gaming is going to have to look out for. Let's see what this round and specific holds for us. Phantom is brought at the Jackal. We've got Roy on the Nomad. While Unknown Gamer will be sticking with the Buck, Super Kuntal along with the Ash, and Lame Jokes on the Zofia. No huge changes once again from the side, or from either of these teams, as the push-up will be in from the side of Sunrise. The Legion has been spotted. Reinforcing. You should have stuck that reinforced Legion. Come on, you could have walked away with it, but now you cannot anymore. So, we've been spotted. Now there's no chance you re-engage with the whole animation once again, but because there's already somebody on the side of blue bar very quickly. So Super Kuntal is making life hell for the side of the Legion. Super Kuntal does not know there's somebody on the side of Harry Potter. He knows that now, and there's a Legion mine stuck to him as well. He's gonna have to go through so much heat already, as somehow the Legion walked away above Sunrise through the blue bar stairs, through the blue stairs, that is Cool Vibe stairs. Got Majnu Panther still looking from the long angle all the way from luggage onto kitchen's window, but there's no push from the side of kitchen window, at least not yet from the side of the attack. It will be in, it is being expected, as that is exactly what Statics Gaming look like they want to be doing. They want to be pulling off, they're getting the entire west and the southwest side of the map isolated and into their control, even from the top. They're yet to emphasize on that a little bit yet, but hey, there's still rumors that they've got to worry about. There's the Legion, that's Vanilla Pulse already, along with Majnu Panther. I don't know, somehow I happen to read it as Partner, Gamer, but not Panther. Just not able to read that as Panther for some reason. You say Majnu, there's a by fall with it always. Anyways, we've got the Legion peeking in, and that'll be Vanilla Pulse to fall. Meanwhile, the Maestro does walk away with the frag, and that'll be Super Kuntal. A very important frag indeed for him. 50 seconds left, and that could be the influential play that they need to make happen. But the Maestro goes for the Y peak. He's going to get his position given away. More importantly, he's not even done enough damage to call that substantial. And that was just a high risk play, no high reward over that. 4 versus 4 established anyway, and a prone peak is prone walk in on the side is coming in from lane Joe. It's gonna get unnoticed, but no, the smoke walks away with that frag anyway, and there's a push from the side of the Jackal as well. He's gonna walk away with the kill onto smoke. He does not get refrag, not yet. Unknown Gamer walks away with the kill onto Majnu Panther though. It's all down to this Maestro and Smexiki on the Jaeger. But it's a 2 versus 3 with the post-plant situation. The reload is gonna come in first and foremost. Smexiki trying to find somebody who's playing on the side of the Sunrise and the blue bars. Does he know this? Phantom meanwhile walks away with the frag on the Maestro that he needed to direly. The Jaeger's position has been given away, but he walks away with the frag on the buck, at least for the while. Unknown Gamer takes the fall, but here's Phantom with the double kill towards the end, who will be walking away and getting the match point for Statics Gaming on board. Round 9 will be theirs to take, and we'll be taking a quick look at that round, towards the end of it at least, in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Statics Gaming now still on match point, and they so want to take round 10 for themselves. Let's see what they have in store for us. Will this be a 7-3, or is there a comeback still in the books for the side of Panther Esports?
We're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen, on that exact point. Is there a comeback possible for the side of Panther, or is it going to be Statics through and through? It is 6-3 in the favor of the excuse me, right there, of the orange team, and they are looking strong on match point. All they need is this one round, and it will all be done and dusted. Panther Esports, unfortunately, if they lose this, they will not be seeing any more matches. Of course, we'll be moving into round 2 as of tomorrow with Statics Gaming going forward. The Goyo in place for second floor penthouse. This is interesting right here once again from the side of Panther. Coming on the defense, they have brought out 2 different sites that we don't usually get to see unless the defenders have already won the pre-established hookah kitchen rotate. That means that they have plans for Penthouse and for Blue and Sunrise Bar. Blue Sunrise worked out for them pretty well, mind you. However, the Penthouse one, I'm a little bit more skeptical of. Is it about to happen? Is it not? We will see right now as Statics are manning the attack for what could yet be the last time this game. It's a pretty, excuse me, it's a pretty spread out hold, mind you. We've got shields and utilities being placed inside of VIP. We've got tons of those things inside of Penthouse and outside facing the white stairs area. And of course, that means that there's going to be somebody emphasizing a hold on a 90 hallway. And looks like that is going to be the Maestro with an Evil Eye to boot to help him out in this situation. However, Unknown Gamer is going to find Smexy Cake in the meanwhile. The Jaeger goes down. Not too sure where that one happened, but that is a big, big needed. Majnu, however, taking out that drone from Kuntal. Not sure that was too advisable because the Mozzie is still alive and there is a pest right below that window. Of course, the pest's warning signal was given off, so Kuntal might not have pushed his drone in there at all, but Unknown Gamer is just going to walk into sight. How's he allowed to get away with this? He's already in here. Will he find the Goyo, though? That's the real question. Shots are fired, and his position has been given away. C4 comes out, but that's not going to find him, unfortunately, as Unknown Gamer, with half health, is still alive and kicking. Majnu, however, is about to go down. He's been downed, and he will be taken care of in just a second. Or will he be revived? I don't think so. He's just gonna have to bleed out for the time being. There's another down on the Phantom that's been done, and that will be a revive as RGB is gonna take a bit of damage. In the meanwhile, explosions are going off, shots are being fired, and the round has already progressed past the minute 15 stage, as the VIP area is being taken control of slowly but surely for the side of the attack. Statics have done well so far, but they need to get in, get the plant off. Otherwise, this will all have been for naught. Super Kuntal will finally get the confirmation onto the alibi, but they still haven't gotten into bedroom penthouse itself. They finally will. The diffuser is finally in there. Royce is going for it, but a C4 could come his way any second now if they are not careful. Vanilla Pulse trying to find somebody inside VIP, will not be able to, but it's RGB with a double. Royce and Kulto go down, but there is Vanilla Pulse going down to Lame Jokes, and there's Phantom from the other side taking down RGB. It's all down to the Maestro, and he will drop as well. Lame Jokes takes the kill, and as we will see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen, it is the match that is confirmed going the way of Statics Gaming. Very well done, and a mostly dominating performance from the side of this team. A beautiful game indeed, as Panther Esports, they looked good in patches, but it was not to be. 16-6 to Kuntal, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you never underestimate that man right there. Sure, he may have taken a break from competitive some time ago, but that doesn't mean he is out of it, not in the slightest, and far from it. With all of that being said, that is going to do it for the matches today, as Statics Gaming have won over Panther Esports 7-3 on a Coastline. A very dominating performance indeed, and just like I said, Panther Esports, they looked good in patches, but it was not enough. They couldn't string those lone bits of performance together to make a round win, and they couldn't string along those round wins to make it a match win. And that is why Statics Gaming were able to get away with the game.
Yeah, that being said, we'll be quickly going into the highlights of the match and what they were. Reliving the moment, that is, as we have this quick bit where we happen to go down and run down the moments in the match that mattered the most. And honestly, from the pacing of what we got to see from Panther Esports right of the first round, as we get to see on our screens right now, it was good. It looked out well, you know, just the way it started. There was just some things missing from what they happened to bring out in the execution phase of their attack rounds, and that was just not. It was just not cutting it through what Statics Gaming has brought. But there then came some other rounds where Statics Gaming were the ones to make some really big blunders that Panther Esports was more than glad to make, just take advantage of. And look at that. The down came in onto the Jackal, but that was after the Buck happened to walk away with those two frags. So that little millisecond of a moment, obviously the timer was not past the 0 point, but then again, the point still stands. It was a good composure that we got to see, and a good structure I got to see from Panther Esports, and they looked very promising until Statics Gaming decided to kick it up a notch. They threw in some, I'd say, a punch of Kuntal here and there, and then like just a little, I wouldn't say pinch of Kuntal, because you're not garnishing him on top. With that kind of force, that is a punch. That's going to be a punch, and that landed very well for the side of Statics Gaming, at least in their favor. Speaking of which, this is definitely one of the best aces we've got to come across in the qualifiers, and we're only getting started. I say aces, we've only had 2 days in and so many aces to count already. Speaking of which, this was indeed done in style with the coordination from Phantom. completely understanding what his teammate was expecting from it. It's something I didn't happen to notice. It didn't happen to talk about when we were in the heat of the moment of the ace. But Phantom, reading into what his friend was expecting from it, that kind of partnership duo clutches is what we love to see. It shows so much more than what we happen to see from the naked eye, at least from the spectator view. Meanwhile, coming back to Panther Esports putting up a fight, I'm still going to stick with what I happened to say earlier. Statics Gaming, until they happened to kick things up a notch, Panther Esports were only as good as that moment. After that point, it was just Statics Gaming able to, just able to stand up against what Panther Esports happened to bring at every single point of time, and that is what put them up on the leaderboard, and that's what put them up on the scoreboard as well. There were some fundamental mistakes done from the side of Static Gaming as well, but Panther just did not get that window. They just could not convert those mistakes that Statics were able to, and walk away with possible punishments that they could have gotten. But that out of the way, all in all, this was a fun match. At least it was a fun match to cast alongside you, Blackjack. And Qualifiers always happens to bring these very exciting matchmakings, and that's what happens to throw in some spice there. That being said, I'll leave the mic over to you with any closing thoughts on the match.
I mean, absolutely. It is a great game and a half. This is why qualifiers are in and of themselves an event, shall we say, because you get to see so many teams you don't normally see when it comes to when it just comes to the division stages. You don't get to see teams like Panther Esports, and then you have Team Area 69 coming back. They didn't make it to divisions in the last season, ladies and gentlemen. Who knows, they might this time. Espada coming back on our screens. You don't see them in the division stages, and these kinds of matches, they make for some great casting and some very enjoyable games just in general, because you never really know what's about to happen. As I used to say back in the final season of the previous league, it is qualifiers, and all expectations are to be thrown right out the window. With all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that has been a beautiful day of Rainbow Six Siege taken care of, and let's have a quick overview of the matches that we have had today. Starting off with Espada versus Team Heat. Espada looked very strong in the earlier rounds of the game, taking it 3-1, going to round 4, but then Team Heat not only brought it back, but brought it back in style, winning 6 back-to-back rounds, finishing off the match in grand style, 7-3 to them on Clubhouse. Then coming back to Clubhouse, ironically enough, Team Area 69 went up against Exiled Esports, and Area 69, they started strong. Exiled Esports had a great mid-game where it looked like they might be able to turn things around for themselves, but it was not to be, and Area 69 managed to get the win, 7-5, a pretty close game in and of its own right. Then we had the final game that just came to be, Statics Gaming versus Exiled Esports, Panther Esports. I mixed up the two right there. Statics versus Panther Esports. Panther Esports, again, like we've said before, they looked good in patches, they looked good overall, but they couldn't chain those moments together to really gel into a win. Statics will be going forward into the second phase starting tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, with a win under their belt, 7-3 on Coastline. With all of that being said, I believe that takes care of everything, and phase 2 of the qualifier starts tomorrow, which is going to see another round of very exciting matches, wins and losses, and all of that information will of course be relayed to all of our viewers at home over the course of this week. Once again, a reminder that we will be ending this week not only with the final matches of the qualifiers, but also, interestingly enough, this just happened to line up, mind you. There was almost no planning behind this. Ubisoft will be revealing the next season of Siege right at the end of our qualifiers, at the end of the EU majors as well, which again, like I said, it just happened to happen that way, and we couldn't be more happier with all of that. And with all of that being said, yeah, I think that is in fact about it. So that has been it from myself, Blackjack, my co-host Foxy. It has been an honor casting with both Foxy and Babagusta, who joined me for the first 2 matches today, and our eyes and admin, as we as we will close things out right here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you tomorrow with Phase 2. Stay tuned and good night.